And we are back.
Live.
Welcome back to Bearded Ramblings, episode 169, where I am a sentient glazed
Ooh,
ham with some but not all trimmings because it's very hot.
nice.
Yeah, I'm a good alternative for a Christmas turkey dinner.
Yeah,
Want to try
and we've
something
got a special guest with us here today. It's Billy Butcher from the Boys.
different. Where?
Go on, Red.
Hello,
Oh,
you cunts. Oh, just
There
kidding.
you
Hello, everybody. All right, demonetise straight away. There you go. Fixed it for you.
There you
demonetized.
are.
We will
I'm so
never be
sorry I
monetized.
did that to you. I've just ruined the show. God
You've
damn it.
ruined the
The
50
ambience of the
cents worth of ad
show.
revenue we were going to get.
Shit.
No, I think.
Now Lev can't go to America. I've just blown his budget. Bugger.
Yeah. What can I say? It was either going to be that or I'm going to put all my money, liquidate it, and turn it into Funko Pops. I hear they're really going to increase in value.
Yeah.
Just have
I'd,
stacks of the damn
I
thing and all
think
the knockoff Funko Pops as well.
I'm so
I'd,
glad that their inevitable crash is coming soon.
There's
I've
too
got
many alternatives.
I've got two Funko Pops, and I've got three. I have Lemmy, because that's the best Funko Pop on the planet. You got to have a Lemmy Funko Pop if you. And the other two Funko
Me.
Pops is one's a Cylon, old school, and the other's a, the new Cylon. And I also have a Captain Apollo Funko Pop, and that's it. I will confess, I did buy the Mrs. The Mandalorian little baby Yoda. I bought the Mrs. the big one of those things, and dude, it's about the size of the prop on the. It's so fucking cool. It is the
Scale.
coolest Funko Pop on the planet. It's massive. I love it. As soon as I saw it, I went, Christmas present, Mrs. I'm gold this year. I was
I
made
feel
in the
like
shade.
their bizarre roller coaster ride they've been on with the mega popularity of Funko Pops is maybe going to be bursting its bubble now that they're making that video game
Uh,
They're,
with all the Funko
they're
Pop
what?
characters in it.
yeah, there's a
No.
Funko Pop video game coming out.
That is
Game
that
over.
is you finally reached the level of officially overdoing it. I think. I
Um,
don't know. It looks
all right.
bad.
A few things before we begin. Number one, sorry in advance about Red's audio. He's a bit under the weather. Um,
Yeah.
so if he's a little low, I've done all I can on my end, except maybe this. There we go.
Well, hold on. I can look at my mic level. That might be a bit low.
Yeah, and you can do that.
One thing you could do to help is flip my camera.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Hey, yeah.
Um,
I feel like I've been put in the corner over here.
there. Now there's a few things. Number one, if you can help out the stream tonight by like, sharing, and subscribing, big old help. Number two, if you could check out the links, the doobly doo for the links, you will find Crandar's link tree, my Twitter, Discord, Twitch, where they're doing some deal on Twitch right now, where if you subscribe to a channel, you'll get 3 months free on Apple TV. So I don't know, but incentive. But most importantly, we have ourselves a stream goal towards the fan meetup in September. That's going to be in Philadelphia from the 11th to the 18th. Come one, come all. Krendar will be there. I'll be there. Raisin Girl will be there. A few other people said they'll try to be there. Magicus, Mickey Richards,
You
Mango
already
Jones.
said I was going to be there.
Well, you know me. Sometimes I repeat myself. You know me. Sometimes
That's
I
fair
repeat
enough.
myself. But anyone who wishes to join, and don't forget we have the watch party on the Discord tomorrow. Mystery movie. Ooh. Um. But yeah, anything given, greatly appreciated. Link in the doobly doo for Streamlabs. Okay, that is the shilling done. Red, how's your audio?
I've increased my volume just a little bit. I hope that is better.
Nice.
It is much better, thank you. All right, so we have ourselves a lot of content that we mentioned, but I forgot we actually have something that is kind of on point to what we were talking about before the show about content and the power of content and what people will do for content. Boop.
No,
Uh,
it's just penguins. I don't know if I can handle the sheer charisma.
I know. It's me just basically being lazy. I'm sure I can find the footage, but it's short.
Sometimes you have to get
this-
really creative to stand
Yeah,
out
hold
from the
on.
crowd, which
That freeze frame you had him on initially is just like he looks as dynamic and excited as he sounds,
The
and he still
weirdest
does.
he when he moves with glee and happiness, and he laughs like a very happy chimpanzee. A lot of teeth, but he
Which
just
is,
doesn't act it.
yeah, that's the only time you see any personality happening.
It's so weird.
births some legends, like the great Tide Pod eaters of yesteryear, or
I love those
the
guys.
absolute champion, the brave soul who attempted the hot coil challenge where he
Oh
put his
yeah.
forearm on a stovetop. And these ideas are always made with the intent of getting views and going viral. And today I learned about someone who tried a new tactic, derailing a train for YouTube views.
Charges have now been filed against a Lancaster County teen accused of intentionally causing this train derailment out in Bennett. The 17-year-old even sent this video to 1011 afterwards. You see there some of those cars veering off of the tracks. It happened at the crossing at Highway
Jail
43
with
back on
you.
April 22nd. A criminal complaint says that between the rail itself and the train engines and cars, about $350,000 worth of damage was done. That teen has now been charged with 2 felony counts of criminal mischief, but he is not in custody at the moment. Attorneys have filed a motion to move his case to county court and to try him as an adult.
A very interesting strategy here. This sounds like some kind of lame plot that Cobra Commander would have cooked up to lure out the
All right, from here on out, we
It
don't need to
does.
steal from ever again from here, because the damage is done, especially to that train. What a fucking tool! 17's old enough to know better. Don't derail a train. America's rail network is struggling enough as it is.
Yeah, like even if like, I don't know what kind of train that looked like. It looked like it might have been a cargo train or something, but there's still some people working on there that could get hurt.
What if it was full of chemicals? Like, remember at the start of was it
Yeah,
this year or last year? All those chemical spills,
yeah, that could make it even worse. Yeah.
right?
Dude, they have poop trains as well.
Oh, the
Just
poop trains.
imagine if it
Forgot
was the
about that.
poop train, right?
That's a
Imagine,
biohazard as well. Yeah.
oh, dude, but it was an empty coal car, and the dude went and hit the switch so the train would go whoop and boop the empty coal cart on the snoot, and it did. And well, he's probably going to go to jail for longer than I'm going to live, which is kind of funny when you think it's like you want some YouTube views? No, we'll just give you some solitary confinement with Bubba.
Well, I mean, that video will probably get way more views now that that's happened.
Let's
But it's
find
not
out.
gonna help him at all, is it?
Can you get paid AdSense when you're in prison?
I actually think that's been brought up before.
Shit.
Probably yes, but what are you gonna do with it, right?
Spend it when you get out, I guess. Oh, here's a great example of how his plan fucked up. His actual like account isn't what's popping up first. It's all the people reacting to it. People are content stealing it. Um,
Not actual content stealing, though. Let's not encourage that method of thinking.
no, but it is poetic justice. No, don't look.
It
Look
is.
here. Look, the thing is, he could have planned this in a way to be like, oh, well, now no one's going to be hurt or whatever. He could have done it in a way that like, oh, it wasn't that much. Dude, don't fuck with industry like this unless you're trying to overthrow a corrupt company, a rail company, to get better wages for the borderline slave workers. You know, don't go and be doing this. Um, it's it's not worth it for all the reasons. It
Here's
Mm-hmm.
where I'm going
yeah.
to condone this sort of behaviour I don't know, just on the inside of a Russian territorial border,
Well, that's
maybe, and maybe if
different.
some Russian partisans partisans derailed a train full of ammunition heading towards the front, I'd be really okay with that. Not this, though. Not this. There is a difference.
Yeah,
There is a difference.
that's an end goal. Like when you know, like
Yeah,
when
that's
all
good
those
tactics. Yeah, that's commando work.
yeah, like when you've got like all those military bases in Russia suddenly exploding because someone dropped a cigarette next to explosives. Yeah,
Yep.
that's that's very different from some. Oh, this is going to be fucking so cool, guys. Look what's going to happen. But on the plus side, I like trains, and no one hurts my
Well,
trains.
I
I am
like
autistic.
turtles.
I like turtles too, so let's get a turtle train.
here's what I
Yeah.
like. I like the fact that this dude has set the whole thing up so he's waiting for the derailment. It's like, are you psychic? Are you just the luckiest motherfucker on the planet? Because here's what would have been able to, he might have been able to sell the shit if he was just walking along, not filming the thing, and then he heard and then spun the camera and went, oh my God. And he might have been able to sell that as a random occurrence, but he's set up with a fucking tripod pointing exactly where the car is. It's like, dude,
He
you've
sent
scripted
his
this.
his criminal confession to the news.
He filmed the evidence. He's filmed his-
Everyone. What is it with criminals and filming the fucking evidence?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. The prosecutor's office says thank you.
Yeah, you've just
Thanks
came
for
out.
coming.
Big fan of your content, sir.
What
Oh,
a
fuck.
mess, Priscilla. Oh
I don't get it.
no. Oh no, no.
Always a mid-joke.
No.
Oh shit! Drive.
Before something blows up.
Yeah, get the fuck out of there.
Damn.
Here the
No.
everyone always forgets it takes forever for a fucking train to stop. Those things need
Like
miles
a mile.
of preparation.
Yeah.
So that's why he's honking like crazy, like fucking move. No.
Well, no,
You
not
better
necessarily.
I can't. Literally on rails.
You can slow a train down rapidly if you park a semi-trailer on the tracks.
No.
It's true. That was a very quick stop. If only they could do it without the truck and just have that sort of force inertia. Although probably the crew would have to buckle in like they're in a space shuttle coming into land.
The judges have just informed me that derailing the train while decelerating it, in fact, doesn't count. So I guess my idea is off the table. I apologise.
Well, this is for later. Okay, so let's get into
Blasphemy.
blasphemy.
Yay!
Not this
My
though.
favorite.
We like I said, we can't really. Well, we can actually watch. We can watch this at least because there's no music. There was two things about the opening ceremony of the Olympics. One, a very cool opening musical number, and two, blasphemy.
Oh yeah. I didn't know it was trying to get zoom. Even when it's less. Yeah. I think one of them looks like she's like, her eye makeup looks like she's got like a superhero mask on. Nice.
Honestly, people have done crazier shit, you know. And you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
wonder what the like, do the Islamic people care too much because it's blaspheming Christian stuff.
True.
They might not like
That's
the sentiment of it. Because if they can do the Muslim,
I just realized it's actually kind of like double blasphemy in a way, because not only are they mocking the Last Supper, but also I'm pretty sure in one of the books of the Bible there's a line that says that men and women are supposed to only wear clothing that's meant for them and not the other way around.
yeah. But then again, they also say you can't
Like
wear
women aren't
mixed
allowed to wear
fabric.
men's clothes, etc. Huh?
Can't wear mixed
Sorry?
fabric is another one.
Yes, don't mix
There's a lot of
those
rules that you make,
fabrics.
like, there's a lot of stupid rules in there, and a lot of them get ignored.
Do
But
not eat the beast with cloven hooves, so you can't eat
in
sheep.
in this particular case, I'm just saying there's a rule against men wearing women's clothing, right? So double blasphemy. Hopefully they're wearing mixed fabrics, and then it can be triple blasphemy.
Oh, you could
But
see a
we'll
lot
never
of
know.
different fabrics going on there, so that definitely works. Yeah,
I'm
a
not
lot of
sure that's
people
what
are.
that means.
Yeah, a lot of
I think it means like cotton polyester blends kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining about that, and all you can do is just kind of laugh and not really make a big deal about it. Here's something we should make a big deal about. They're going to be releasing I can never pronounce it.
Uzumaki.
Uzumaki. There we go.
Uzumaki.
Never heard of it. No, I've never heard of it.
I have.
Yeah, you have heard of it, Grandar. All right, let's see how long before it takes you to realize.
Okay.
一緒にこの街を脱出しないか。
何それ駆け落ち
Girly.
I see a
君は
spiral
何も
already.
感じないのか。
I saw a spiral already. That's so fucking cool.
It is possible I may have heard of it. Japanese names tend to.
Your friends with the
最近やけに渦が多い。
immediately get
え
I don't know.
そうね
それに風までもがやけに渦を巻き上がる。
I like the animation.
I like the
itself.
親父が変になったのも
Yeah.
この街のせいだと俺は思ってる。親父は最近は会社へも行かず書斎に閉じこもって。
I had someone drop into one of my video comments and said Uzumaki, and I didn't know what it was about, and now I do, thanks to that person. So it turns out that I may be obsessed with
溢れ
Uzumaki.
返った渦巻きを一日中ただひたすら見つめているんだ。
I am.
そうしている時の親父の目はぐるぐる回っているんだ。左右別々に。
He's got the
しか
spiral
も
wrapped
異
around
様
his
に
dick.
滑らかに。
左右の目を別々に
ある日の夕食の席では味噌汁にナルト巻きが入っていないと怒り出してとにかく渦がなければ気が済まないんだ。風呂でも必ず渦を作るらしい。
On YouTube.
But you.
笑うのも無理ないさ。実際に見ないとあの不気味さはわからない。
もう5時
嫌な音だ。俺の耳の中をかき回しやがる。
Goes round and round.
憂鬱な海、邪悪な黒い灯台、陰険な山々、この街並み、すべてが俺の神経を引っかき回す。
We're gonna get some spirals and other non-spiral stuff. There's a really interesting one about this girl who's very vain and she clones herself and it gets weird. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't ring a bell at all, but it looks funky.
Yeah, Girlie's like a massive fan of this artist and always brings it up. And then she posted this on her Twitter, and I'm like, oh shit, that's happening. I like the art style is out of sync because even the buildings are kind of spiraling, which is okay.
Mm.
Okay, there's a theme going on here.
They're trying to make the same thing happen to the viewer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I won't spoil if you ever do sit down and watch it. It's coming to Netflix, and it's gonna be whatever. It's I'm hopeful because the art style is very unique. Junto Ito
Mm-hmm.
is the
Well, it seems interesting. I've heard of Junji Ito for sure.
yeah, so that's all right. Let's pull ourselves back to a true horror.
We have to win this election, most important election ever. We want a landslide that's too big to rig. If you want to save America, get your friends, get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote
It'll be
anymore, my
fixed.
beautiful Christians.
I
I
love that
love you,
confession.
Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
Oh, he's not even.
So does that count as a criminal confession right there?
It will be after the election. No, he'll get away with it because the Democrats don't like rocking the boat. Well, we have to do things all
Oh.
procedurally. Bull fucking shit. He wants to overthrow democracy. He just outright said it.
Yep, because that's what I'm saying. But speaking of the election, there, did you see the thing about Kamala being on the Simpsons and doing the Kodos speech?
Oh, you have to vote for one of us.
No, she was like the always twirling thing. Hold on, let me see where it got posted.
Yeah, let's see it.
There was a quote somewhere. Let me find where it was where I saw it posted.
Twirling into the future.
Ah, damn it, where was it?
Yes, this whole election
here
cycle
it
in
is.
America is throwing me for six. I have no idea what's going on. It's like bad behavior has been like. Here's the thing, that dude that did the thing, I'm not going to say, he was doing democracy so badly, so incredibly wrong that it blew my fucking mind. It's just like, oh God, really? It's just this cycle, it seems, that the world goes through with politics. It's like everyone comes together about a common thing, and then slowly over a period of time, a wedge is driven between sides until we get to this polarized society that we're currently living
You
in.
watched Babylon 5. You saw the last episode when they show the future time jumps.
All right, I found it. She wasn't on The Simpsons. She did a surprise virtual appearance on Saturday during the Simpsons San Diego Comic-Con panel. And she quoted, "We must move forward, not backward, upward, not forward, and always twirling towards freedom."
Hell yeah. I also like the
I was
one
like,
where,
man, she gets my vote for that.
I also like the one where it was trying to be he was trying to be Clinton, and as your overlord, you will obey every one of my brutal commands. And then he puts his arms over his chest, end communication. You know,
That's right, President Clinton. That's right.
Clinton.
What are you spraying me with? Rum, so no one will believe your story.
Actually, the smartest thing they did.
Well, they won at the end of it. They didn't plan for Americans to be so dumb that they had to vote in one of the two monsters that will destroy them. Don't look for me. I voted for Kodos.
Because that's so different, yeah.
Why are we spending all our time building a death ray to blow up a planet we never even heard of?
That's a good question.
Fuck. This is if I had hair, I'd be losing it over some of it. But then when Biden dropped out, I'm like, oh shit. Well, this is unexpected. I thought he would just be like, no, I'm going to be president forever. But no, he's like, oh, I can't be president forever. No, you won't be alive in 5 years. So just fucking do us a favor. Could you please pass it to someone who might have a smidge of a chance against the guy who
Seriously,
wants to take away this shit?
Can this footage should be able to be used to invalidate him from being able to run, because he has just confessed to an intention to destroy democracy after he gets in.
On that topic, I saw from
He already has. I mean,
I saw from Actual Jake. He posted up a tweet, and apparently Biden has begun in the last few months of his presidency. He's going to try to put a cap on how old someone can be to run for president, and
fuck yeah.
also, interestingly enough, he will put. He's trying to limit presidential powers from persecution, reversing what Trump's Supreme Court did when they gave him like a carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he wants. Biden's like, well, in that case, I'm using that power to pull that shit back. Now, can he go through with it? I don't know. But if he did, that would be actually kind of
So why not? If you can do it one direction, why can't you do it the other direction?
exactly. That's why a lot of people were joking. Why doesn't Biden just send SEAL Team 6 to kill Trump? Like he legally could do it now, thanks to Trump.
Yeah.
I think Biden has displayed a level of patriotism that hasn't been shown by an American politician in a fucking long time. He
Right.
is giving up the opportunity to be the most powerful man in the world, and he's got. I won't say he wasn't a shoo-in. It was a fucking 50-50 bet. Now, here's the thing that's really shocked me. Usually when you're a team and you change captains halfway through the fucking game, you're going to fail miserably. But I thought the Democrats would just go after announcing it, but I am
They're
quite
bouncing back.
astonished at how people have responded to the captain's change halfway through the game. It's not the usual response, which is what's thrown me completely about this election cycle. I fucking don't know what's going to happen now. It's so up in the air and so alien to what I'm used to. I'm just like, I'm not making any predictions.
It's because the original captain was so shite, and the new one is okay, not perfect, but better than Biden. So at least, so they're excited that maybe we have a chance now.
But I will give Biden a tip of the hat. The fact that he listened to people and stepped down is that doesn't fucking happen in politics. They hold on. They hold their grip. They hold on tightly to power for as long as they fucking can until they're literally like, what was that lady that senator that recently just passed? She was so fucking like they're wheeling her in, and you got Mitch McConnell that does the 1,000-yard fucking stare in the middle of a goddamn press conference, like you just
I
start
think
going.
he had a stroke during one of those press conferences.
He's done it more than once, mate. You just see him drift off, and his aides come out and just start walking him off the fucking podium. It's like, these people have fucking got their finger on the trigger of nukes. Look out!
They're funny, Kennedy put in that staff requirement for like a basic level of fitness. Well, just follow it through. Have a cap of how old someone can be to be president, because they already do it for how young they can be. So why not how old? It's not very
There
complicated.
definitely should be.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how good you are, everyone was saying, well, why doesn't Bernie run with Harris? I'm like, well, that defeats the purpose. Bernie's old too. Like you can't just.
I would say maybe 70. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's up to debate of the nuances.
Maybe 65.
Yeah, both Biden and Trump, as we're about to hear here, apparently, is well past the point. Which is incapable of solving even the soiliest problem? Soiliest.
We are an institute and a powerful death penalty. We will put this on.
Okay, now we have to hear it.
Solving even the smallest problem, which is incapable of solving even the smallest problem. The simplest of problems we can no longer solve. We can't do anything. We are an institute and a powerful death penalty. We will put this on. We have to, which is incapable of solving.
What was that?
Gibberish. In a powerful death penalty. Oh my god.
My brain's so cooked. I'm like, institute. What does Fallout have to do with this? Like,
we're incapable of solving even the greatest problems, so I'll be down in the mulberry pickle patch.
Over there.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's about 5 feet that way.
What just happened? What did he actually just say? Play
Sorry,
that
what?
back.
What, Ren?
let's play
which is in.
Play that back one more time. I need to hear the gibberish so I can try and absorb its nonsensicalness.
Capable of solving even the smallest problem. The simplest of problems we can no longer solve. We can't do anything. We are an institute and a powerful death penalty. We will put this on. We have to, which is incapable of solving even the smallest problem. The simplest of problems we can no longer solve. We can't do anything. We are an institute and a powerful death penalty. We will put this on. We have to, which is incapable of
We'll
solving.
put this on.
All right, you want to hear what it's like when you're super drunk and you're trying to have a conversation. Well, someone's talking to you who's sober, trying to have a serious conversation to you, and you're trying to follow along. It's like this. Like the words
hmm
are just
Oh,
jumbled up.
I just noticed something glorious as well. At the bottom it says from Kamala HQ.
Oh, they can now completely turn it around. The past like 4 years where he's been like, oh, Biden's too old, and we had to clench our teeth and go, yeah, he's old. Now it's like, yeah, well, who's the fucking old person now?
hmm
Speaking of old, let's look at some old humor. Grandar, you're about to get your wish. We're gonna look at the pilot of the hit giant quotation asterisk um uh show
The
The
New
New Norm.
I've seen this from the other lads, TJ and them, making fun of this. The best something to keep in mind while you're watching this, because it's not going to be clear. Keep in mind, the person acting like a massive doofus this entire time is supposed to be the protagonist that the audience agrees with. And yet they're pretty much just making fun of themselves harder than they're making fun of the opposition.
Yeah, it's meant to be right-wing humor for a right-wing audience on Twitter. I think Elon makes a cameo at one point.
He shows
Um,
up at the end. hmm
yeah, it gives me very Crypto Land vibes. Or the
Especially at
NFT monkeys.
the weird ending, yeah.
And it's kind of weird because recently he sat down with Jordan Peterson, and he basically just dead named his daughter, and he's desperate to try to seem like cool and with it with the youth. The youth not only don't want anything to do with him except for the other tech bros who are increasingly finding themselves getting their first divorce in their lives. But
Mhm.
also, he's also finding himself like constantly being corrected on his own platform by not just his daughter or the members of his family. He's even being corrected by the community notes that he himself put in.
Yeah.
So it's just he's failing in every
Like
single way
the
possible.
context notes or whatever it is.
Yeah. Um,
Love it.
the only person who's winning out of those is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate can literally just call someone the N word and nothing happens. But then when you repost it, you'll get a community note violation.
So weird.
No, he's got a protected status. Elon, oddly enough, doesn't.
It's weird that you can repost something and then you get in trouble for what the person that you reposted said.
Yeah, it is, but it's completely skewered. Anyway, so also I haven't actually watched. I actually haven't watched it. Because I want to go in raw, but for what I've seen from clips and shit, this is gonna be bad.
Oh yeah. But it can be kind of funny in the you watching them make themselves look
What's
idiots
that?
way.
Progress. It's the new norm.
The new norm ain't the same.
Wow, that was a quick title drop.
Oh yeah.
That's the old
Also,
norm.
because the main character's name is Norm.
Yeah, I figured with the.
But it's ironic because he's the new Norm, except he's really old, so he's not new at all.
It's kind of interesting how they show that the felon is white. I'd have thought that they would appeal
Yeah,
more to their target audience by showing anyone with an ankle bracelet as being black. But okay.
Yeah, that's a.
I'm the old
that's
norm.
one
I
twist.
want normal beer.
Warning, perimeter reached.
Ugh. It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
they stop brainwashing my daughter that girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
Sometimes they're neither.
Wow, that wasn't even a real audience. They needed to add that. Woo, yeah, he's making a lot of good points.
I love the canned sitcom laughter.
Which hasn't been used in a show since like at most mid 2000s.
Right.
Or both. Or furry and dressed like dogs.
Ow! Janice! What's that?
Warning, offensive.
Actually, that is one of my pronouns. Also they, them, and me.
You're non-binary?
How do you know that word?
I learned it in school.
That's why I'm locked up!
Norm.
What are you talking about? School is where you learn things. You're very confused, old man. Maybe you should go back to school. It seems like the problem is he just didn't. He's a failure of the American education system. Oh, I feel sorry for him now.
Remember, everybody, he's supposed to be the protagonist.
He's just old. He's just old and confused. Like he's less. He's like Grandpa from The Simpsons, but Grandpa could be endearing. Like.
Although, as Raisin says, it does feel a little bit like it's a play on All in the Family. I think he's supposed to be a play on that father, but
Oh yeah, the sweater vest and everything.
just like back then, he wasn't really the one you're supposed to be rooting for then either.
No, he was. I saw him as the anchor, but he was like a good person at the core of it. We're almost a third of the way into this pilot, and I'm like, oh wow, this guy. I'm actually glad he can't go anywhere near kids because he's the sort of person that you see the body cam compilation videos of, like a Karen getting arrested outside of a school. You know,
He's definitely. I could see him Karening up some places. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine he was a lot of fun during COVID. What do you mean I have to wear a mask?
The judge agreed to conditional parole.
What condition?
Where's my room?
That's staying here?
Chaz is part of a new government program.
To re-educate homophobic, transphobic, racist...
Charlie, finally, someone normal.
I don't understand. You're black.
Did that just Black Whisper?
You're his friend?
And boss. Speaking of, when you coming back to the trophy shop?
As soon as I get rid of this, which means I gotta take in that?
Offensive.
Chaz is here to re-educate Norm.
In non-bonery studies.
Offensive.
I'm allergic to dogs.
It's okay. Billy is an emotional support dog. And non-binary.
Oh, okay then. Good dog.
This part confused me so much. Like, obviously these right-wing comedian, whatever you want to call them, don't understand the concept of non-binary, because you notice how she like flashed the dog's genitals to prove that the dog was non-binary.
Yeah, they don't understand the difference between.
Non-binary has nothing to do with genitals. Like, do they think that non-binary means the dog is a Ken doll and doesn't have any genitals at all, or something?
Or a hermaphrodite, in which case it should be a cat. They're more likely to be hermaphrodites.
Hermaphrodite is literally the only actual biologically non-binary thing there is, and it's so incredibly rare. Also, why do they draw? Look at the dog's eyes. Like they've drawn very feminine eyelashes on the dog, so they're like, why are they emphasizing the dog's feminine just to go with non-binary?
Because they don't understand the concept of concept. Like there's a very limited. There's a very limited understanding for these people, right? Again, it could be education, but I also think it's just genuine, like, curmudgeon-y sort of thing. This is the spiral from earlier, this bullshit that's spinning
That's
around.
true. It's true. I also like how the non-binary person is like doesn't even dress in like human clothing. It's like dressed like an alien or a Jedi or something.
The only people who would know that, who'd be right-wing, would be right-wingers who would be a part of the tech industry, like Elon. He saw someone vaguely like this once, and he thinks every single non-binary, every single woke person looks like this. No, you're just a rich Californian guy. So, oh, well, you're not even Californian anymore. You moved to Texas. Uh-huh.
Wear colored masks everywhere they go, even when they're in a private home.
Yeah. But I mean,
cool hairdos.
Like, don't worry. In a few years' time, clearly everyone who's like this non-binary person will realize that being old and depressed and angry will be much better than being themselves.
There you go.
Yeah,
this is going to be a terrible show, but it's going to be one of those. This show is basically the equivalent of the writer of the show posting their own L's.
Pretty much. Which you don't see nearly as much these days because there's something called a writer's room, where a lot of people will be like, I don't know if we should go in that direction.
Yeah.
But this will eventually be pulled. Elon won't throw money in towards it. Oh, speaking of,
Yeah.
did you see that he had to
Agreed.
release a statement saying that he wasn't paying Trump 45 million a month?
Holy shit.
Yeah, he
Why did
no
he have
he
to post that?
because people were the right was saying that he had made a massive a constant donation towards Trump, but he came out and said no, that's not true. He helped set up a PAC at one point,
Yeah, it's not
and
45 million a month. It's 45 million a year.
like it's just it's insane that like and they hate him for it. They hate the fact that he's not throwing all his wealth into Trump. I don't think at this point wealth can fix what's going to happen come the election day. Like the lines have been drawn. Um, I think at this point there's no like voter on the fence going, well, both sides make a lot of good points. No, I think people are going to get out and vote or they're not. And the people who don't vote are the ones you need to convince. And stuff that like Trump says, it's going to scare a lot of people off their arses and into the voting booths, but not the way he wants
Hopefully.
it. Yeah, that's
Doug.
I come here to get away from woke.
Trouble at home?
Ah, my boy, or whatever it calls themselves now, is thinking about transitioning.
Reggie?
Try Regina.
Transitioning to what?
Another fumble!
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
almost a joke. Was that almost a
It was
joke there? Another
It was
fumble?
an attempt at one.
Yeah. Oh, I can't give them credit, but at least they understood that there was to be a flow of information.
Mm.
Look at that face there. That's the face of somebody who's morally right.
Yep.
This is, as you said, this is our hero, our protagonist.
Mm-hmm. Or one of two now that the other guy's shown up.
Yeah, where of course he's wearing the Red Sox, not the Reds, the
Redskins.
Redskins. That's the one.
Hey, pronoun. This bud's for you.
Offensive.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
Can't do this.
Yes, we can.
Find a way to break him. Maybe we can fix the country.
I just want normals.
Right?
Beer.
You know
Also,
there'll be
why
jokes.
is this getting mad at the kid for not being old enough to drink? As if not being old enough to drink is taking a moral stance against beer.
Yeah, you're the one that would be complaining if he was smoking weed. Like, there's so much to unpack here that's just bullshit. Like everything about this is obviously, let's get out of the way. We didn't laugh once except at its expense.
Mm-hmm. Which is
Definitely.
probably the only laughs this thing's ever gotten from anybody.
Right? Oh no, the fake laughs of people on the bankroll of
Yeah, well, that's just like the kid laughter button coming from a computer,
that's the only one. And if it's probably all AI voices. They never could get the old. They could never get the old ones. Oh my god! Wow, I need to cut my toenails. I don't know if that's there right now.
This whole thing's very sad.
Same as the old norm. Everything's changing, and I don't know when. This whole nightmare will end. Thank God for Elon Musk.
Thank God for
I'm here too. What a blatant self-insert.
Why didn't they replace the black character with Elon? What's the point of Elon being here?
What's the point of Elon in general?
Money and emerald mine money, cobalt mine money, mining. He should grow a beard and then he can be digging a hole because that's where he belongs. He belongs digging a hole.
He can't do that because then he'd be cool, and we can't have that.
Honestly, I think he should have been taken away at birth and just turned into a dwarf. Like he'd have just been sent into the mines and never came out. Calls us all tall folks, spends days just drinking beer, and has really rad tattoos. He
Look,
wouldn't have been Elon.
guys, Elon's a fucking genius, and here's why. Cybertruck, right? Cybertruck. He sold that to at least 4,000 people I know of at 100. What was it, 100K a pop?
Mm.
And an extra $6,000 if you want to put a vinyl wrap on that son of a bitch, right? But the best bit is, let's just say
condom.
You're driving along in your Cybertruck, which is supposed to be the truck that's going to go to freaking Mars, right? So it can go anywhere. And you're driving along and you get into conditions where you need to lock the differentials in your truck to get through some terrain. And you go boop, boop, through the menu and you go to the diff lock bit and it goes, feature will be coming soon.
Trickle.
So you've sold a 4-wheel drive that doesn't have a fucking diff lock feature added, and it's a virtual diff lock, right? It's not an actual diff; it's fucking virtual. Theoretically it's going to work if they ever bother to put it in the fucking car. The problem is it's not in. There's no software there for it yet. So you're buying this truck. It's not finished yet. You are buying a rolling fucking beta test for 100K.
Yeah.
And if you've seen some of the videos on,
Do you guys remember this video of the
wire
cyber?
Shit,
there we go.
it's just, yeah. There's some drive-by-wire videos where you'll just see that the dude's steering the car and the front wheels are going left, right, and then one of the wheels will just stop turning and the other one will start going wah, 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 wah. So there's a 17-minute video where you can just see clusterfuck after clusterfuck. These things are rooted. And where's the Sportster that you promised people in 2016 and took their fucking money, Elon? Where's the Sportster?
So just to point out as well, you say that it's supposed to be able to go anywhere, except for kind of a deep puddle or a bit of mud.
Car washes. You got car wash mode to basically disable all the electronics so you don't frag your own fucking
Birds
car.
will fuck it up with their shit. Rain will start making it melt. It will cut you as you get in the door wrong.
Yes.
Truck crash test that Tesla released on April 1st, where the impact was imminent at any second, and you're on the edge of your seat the entire time waiting for it to happen, but it never actually happens. Well, we finally got to see those results during the Cybertruck delivery event, and I must admit, it looks absolutely horrifying, but probably not for the reasons you're thinking. There's been a massive amount of criticism of these crash tests by internet
experts. The footage of that thing slamming?
Zone.
There's no crumple zone in that car. That's not good for when you watch.
No, you weren't reading the comments. You were the crumple zone in that car.
Oh, get fucked! Look at it. There's no give.
Yeah.
Well, I was
all of that energy is transferred to you as you keep traveling forward, and the car goes suddenly it stops, but you're still going forward. And
I was in
my fucking God.
I was in a truck once in the States when I was working, and it was this Japanese car. I think it was a Toyota or whatever, but it was just the cab and then the glass and nothing. We were just on stilts on top of the wheels. It was just so flat, and we were belting it down the road. My friend was driving it, and I was like, "What happens if we crash?" Because we were like dodging in and out of traffic, and he just said like, "Well, we're in a truck, so we'll just destroy them." And I was like, "Well, yeah, but like, there's nothing between us and there. We'll die too." And he just didn't see the problem with it. Like, I was like,
here's the other big
we'll
problem.
Die.
Here's the other big problem with these Cybertrucks. All of those, when you're driving along the highway and you see all the aluminium guide rails and stuff, it's basically to keep cars from going into people's houses and shit. You know what the Cybertruck does to those things? Cuts through them like they're not fucking there, like it's butter going through a hot knife going through butter. That Cybertruck is the hot knife, and those guardrails are butter, and they just blast through them like they're not there, because those guardrails aren't designed to deal with a guillotine that weighs 3 fucking tons traveling down the road at 55 miles per hour. It's just
Here's
such
the
a bad.
actual.
is in the side impact tests. This is a 3,100-pound car going nearly 40 miles an hour that simulates a T-bone accident, like someone running a red light in an intersection. And not only does the Cybertruck stay completely grounded because of the super low center of gravity and its weight, but besides the airbags going off, it looks like it may be able to just drive away. And here's that same test on the F-150. Well, Which one of these would you rather be in? It's funny to me that people think that Tesla, the company responsible for designing and creating some of the safest cars on the planet, somehow forgot everything they learned with the Cybertruck. All you have to do is look underneath the front of it, and it should tell you everything you need to know. They definitely didn't forget. And I know that front crash test looked bad, but you have to understand that hitting an immovable object is absolutely...
This dude's a fucking shill.
The worst case scenario. Worse than hitting a brick wall or even hitting a house. The Cybertruck is 3.5 tons of space grade steel, and not many things going up against it will be immovable. But
dude, it's the Cybertruck. It's become the poster boy of failures in vehicle land. Don't try to shill it. I don't care how much they gave you money for. Don't. That's silly. That's silly. Still, we got to see.
Parking my Cybertruck in the garage is a fire risk and an OSHA violation.
While we're watching that happen to it.
I obviously have thought of this. I have made precautions. Don't worry, I have a hose in my garage for when my Tesla catches on fire.
Not going to help.
JK, do people actually believe this? Gas-powered vehicles are more likely to catch on fire. Internal combustion engine is in the name.
Statistically, that's true only because there's a shitload more combustion vehicles on the fucking road.
That's a weird
Now,
correlation.
does he want to talk about the at least half a dozen BYD dealerships in China that have mysteriously fucking burnt down this year? Does he want to touch on that subject? I will. I'll quite happily talk about the BYD dealerships that burnt to the fucking ground because a car in there went. Do you remember the container ship full of luxury cars coming from fucking Europe to America? Guess what happened to it? It's on the bottom of the fucking ocean because one of the electric cars caught fire, and it's called a thermal runaway event. Once they start, you can't stop. They have to burn themselves out. Guess what they did to that ship? They got everybody off it, hoped that the automated fire systems would do their trick, and then it sunk. With all of those Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all of these gorgeous fucking rare sports cars that will take the manufacturers 2 years to replace, all at the bottom of the ocean because an electric car had a thermal runaway event on a container ship full of fucking sports cars. Wasn't the combustion engine cars that caused that fucking shit. Please tell me more about how safe electric cars are, sir. Please educate me.
All right. How many of you have seen
shit.
the trailer yet?
I've never even heard of this.
Joker.
Not this particular thing, no.
Oh, it's the sequel.
Yeah, I heard there was going to be one, but I didn't know what it was called. Or that it was coming.
2 years ago, the name Arthur Fleck hit Gotham like a hurricane.
The trial of the century.
They believe Arthur Fleck to be some kind of martyr. Well, he's not. There's a monster.
I did enjoy his portrayal of the character.
Yeah. Because one of the writers said he's not going to become the Prince of Crime like in some of the other versions of him, and I'm like, good. This isn't that version of the Joker. This version of the Joker is much more grounded and far less, I imagine, like smart. I don't think you could pull that shit off. Like the way the Killing Joke could do it.
I think it would be interesting to see him like eventually grow into that, but he's not going to start there immediately.
Well, all right, quick question. When then? Fucking when? How many fucking movies do you need to fucking do till we get the actual fucking Joker?
5 and 2 spin-off.
I would say
and
third
listen,
one. Like if
listen,
they're not
this
doing
guy-
this one, they can do it in a third one. If they don't do it by then I guess they're never going
I think
to.
the writer was saying at all, but you could just rewrite that. Oh no, now he has to become. Now he has to be blowing up Gotham with a nuke, or no, he has to blow up fucking Metropolis with a nuke, so Superman can lose his mind. Like,
Look,
this is that
he's
Joker.
here's my take on it. They told a wonderful story the
Mm.
first time, but here's the thing: trying to depict the Joker in a more of a real world setting and not that fantasy Gotham City, and it's not. This is just my opinion and my perception. It doesn't work for me at all whatsoever. It's like you want to give me a Joker. Fucking Jack Nicholson's Joker is probably my favourite still. Heath
He was
Ledger's
fun.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
But that setting where it felt like I was reading a comic book. That's what
It
my
had
Batman is.
Atlantis.
It's a comic. This is so nearly grounded in the real world. You know why I like sci-fi and fantasy stuff? It gets me away from the real world where all of this shit brings me down and makes me depressed. And I
as you
like
said,
to.
like,
It's my escapism is to Gotham, and this just
this
makes me
isn't your
depressed.
Gotham. This is
Yeah,
there are other Gothams, but this one isn't yours.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm not saying it, like the
'cause you have to
storytelling's
admit, like, it
fantastic.
did a great job of like
Yes.
showing mental illness and how people can fall through the cracks. I mean,
The
it was
cinematography,
also King of Comedy. Like,
brilliant. Yeah. So
that's what.
again, I'm not. I just want to make this clear. I'm not saying that it's a bad movie. It's just my question is when do we get to see the Joker come out to play? Like
Right,
this,
yeah.
this
I would
as
hope so.
we're seeing this when he's in the back of that car and he's just like sitting there and he'll just burst out laughing randomly. That's like, oh, he's coming out. But then he gets drawn back in under the surface of the man.
Let's see the trailer and then we'll go over.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. So
When I
that's
saw you.
all I'm basing.
Oh, I wonder who that's gonna be.
Yeah.
For once in my life, I didn't feel so alone anymore.
How about you, Arthur?
Oh, brilliant.
Do you still think you're a star?
Amazing. I mentioned this anytime he's on screen. My roommate Metal Monkey, that was his geography teacher in school. That was his brothers. Ireland's so tiny.
The whole world smiles with you. You know? He's got his following, so he's got his little crime gang building potentially.
Jokers are forming.
You can do anything you want.
The sun comes.
You're Joker.
Look around! Look at all these people! I will no longer allow any of you
So stop your sighing.
to keep me down!
Be happy again.
I got the sneaking suspicion that we're not giving the people what they want.
It's okay, baby. Let's give the people what they want.
It's like Lady
You're supposed
Gaga
to
there.
complain.
I honestly, just so you know, Crendor, when you're speaking, I can't hear you over this.
Mm. Hold on.
Psychological stuff, but
Yeah, it definitely felt like it was a. This is the rise of the gang. This is the rise of the clown prince of crime.
Yeah.
So they could do a third movie where he's full-fledged crime lord.
Yeah, look, if they actually tell the story of the Joker and Harley getting together, like that's where that last movie with Jared Leto, they fucked that right up. Like I think his take on the Joker was really good, but the problem was all of the good stuff that he did ended up on the fucking cutting room floor because the people that edited that movie only edited and had only edited trailers up until that point. That was their very first full-length feature film that they edited, and they fucked it up because apparently all of Leto's really good parts of the performance, cutting room floor, and that's why everyone's going, that Joker's shit, and I can see why they think that, but I think he had a really good take on the Joker, and it's just we didn't get immersed in his insanity enough. Like, it was just such a missed opportunity.
It wasn't about him anyway, was it? He was a side character for Harley.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying they edited it that way. There's a lot more footage that you don't ever see because they fucking edited it in such a way where that became a very secondary part.
Yeah, all we got was him being a crazed, violent psycho.
Yeah, when
which
there's
he is, but he was just like an angry ganger, essentially.
He came across as a crackhead to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because as I said, most of the good parts of his performance apparently ended up on the fucking cutting room floor, which is a real shame because that was the Suicide Squad I'm talking about.
Suicide Squad. He doesn't even really show up in the sequel. He cameoed it over at the end. But you know
seen
why?
the sequel.
They wanted that to become expanded outwards, so they would have like all these other characters. But at the end of the day, I really can't like it didn't have its own weight. I mean, the first Suicide Squad film was overall really bad. But
I 100% agree. It was not a great movie. Again,
really
editing.
Good. But here's the thing: I don't think the Joker could have added anything to it. So no matter what, he was always going to be pushed to the side. They would have eventually given him the time in the sun, though. But like you said, he was done dirty, so he'll never get that. No one wants to see that, so they're just going to abandon that Joker and focus more on this Joker. Which, okay, it's not the same Joker, but it can tell a different
Makes
story.
money. It makes them bank. That's what it's all about.
This was
at the
a
end of the day.
sleeper hit, not sleeper hit. This just came out like left field when this was released. People were like, "You can't make a movie about the Joker this dark and bleak. Fucking watch us."
Oh, they did and again, all the people the way they portrayed the characters in that fucking outstanding. Cinematography outstanding. It's just I like to critique things.
You want the more outlandish side. You want the more.
I'm born in 1972, so when I was growing up, I watched Tim Burton's early stuff, and that to me is some of the best. All of that Edward Scissorhands, everything from that era that he did had this like guess what's coming out?
Beetlejuice.
I saw the fucking trailer.
I'm going to see that with Raisin on her birthday over in Philly.
I am going to go to the movie theater to see Beetlejuice. See, the last time I went to see a movie, check this out. Team America is the last time I went to see a movie at the movie theaters, and I am not kidding.
I believe you because I saw the Dune film this year with Commissar Feelgood, but before that, I hadn't seen any film since The Meg. I mean, money-wise, it's just not worth it anymore. Like it's not cheap to go to the theater anymore. And then COVID hits, and you just keep pushing it back. Oh, I can watch it on my computer. I've openly talked about the fact that I pirate a lot of shit. I can just do that. So at that point, why go there and pay a fortune for a film when you can stay at home? Well, it used to be an event. It used to be something people would do almost every week. It would be movie night. You go out to the movie theater. You go out with your friends or your girlfriend or your family, and you just go out and have a blast. Nowadays, it's rare that I go to the movie theaters at all because it fucking costs a fortune. Anywhere, it's insane.
It does.
No,
by the way,
right.
I'm definitely all in for going to that movie during the trip as well.
Absolutely. We should make sure that we have all the thumbnail stuff sorted by going to the last one on our list, the almighty Cobes.
Oh, after
good
that, by
God.
the way, speaking of food content, I believe there's a new Dylan Hollis short out as
There
well.
is. Actually, there's a few of them, I think. One or two.
Or one that I haven't seen, at least, anyway.
Oh! No, we actually got two bits of Cobra, because someone made a presidential
Oh,
Cobra.
let's definitely go and watch the presidential commercial, yeah.
We'll do that, right?
I will go live when I feel like it.
Same dude.
Nobody tells me when I can't and can't go live. Fuck off. Now, if I was president of the United States of America, my campaign slogan would be "Make America Greater."
Okay.
This country's pretty badass, but there's always room for improvement.
How would you know? You've never left America. You've barely even left Wyoming.
I would legalize prostitution
I'm okay with
and
that.
establish world peace.
I mean, it is legal in some
And then
states,
I would
right?
also establish universal health care.
I'm okay with that.
After doing all those other things that I mentioned. And then I would try to make peace with all the countries all around the world.
You just said establish world peace. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
There are countries out there who don't even have the right to vote. It's your American rights. The many brave men, women, and they them fought for our freedoms to vote.
Many they
Why don't
them.
countries have the rights that all Americans have?
Some have more rights than you fuckers.
I like how he has only 2 microphones instead of like the usual. Like,
donating is an option. It is greatly appreciated.
I like how his
you can book me on Cameo.
in his little logo.
Yeah, the Cobra party. It's like the Bull Moose party, the King Cobra party. That's too much hair.
Excuse me.
It is. But at least it is his traditional hairstyle.
Money is not a need, it's a want.
That's how it comes in.
You got potential to do great things with your life. Great things with your life. Look at me, I got bullied and picked on and rejected by every chick I liked growing up. And I would, as president, I would fight the middle class and the lower class times.
But that's the only thing he's going to say. Look at me, I got bullied.
I'd fight the people because it's power to the people.
Presidential nominee Cobes, what was that point you were going to make? You've been bullied,
right? Yeah,
and
was
not
going nowhere.
Yeah, none of the girls that you liked you when you were growing up, and then you just stopped, and then you went. So you were
just look at me.
Yep, Cobes 2024. He's got my vote.
Citizens United Against Sickos.
It should be Cobes and Vermin Supreme is Veep.
That is probably the only way you'd get me to vote for him.
Hell.
Here's the crazy thing. I think I know who Vermin Supreme is. That's that dude that runs for election every year. He's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
He wears the boot on his head. Yeah.
He's the original sweet boy.
He's the American loony. A proud tradition from the UK.
And who's the other dude? Is it a dude that wears a bin on his head?
Yeah, that's Lord Buckethead from the UK. He was called Lord. He's called Lord Binhead, but he was called Lord Buckethead until he was told to stop by the people who run Spaceballs. But yeah, he tries to become a member of Parliament in the UK on important topics such as a guaranteed free laser gun for every citizen of the United Kingdom, and aggressive expansion of the new British Empire into the stars.
Nice.
He's pretty good because every once in a while he'll go up against someone like from UKIP or the Reform Party, which is the Brexit party, and he'll trounce them by having like 50 votes compared to their 3 at local elections.
Can I just quickly? I need to address the fine people of the United Kingdom. Dear United Kingdom, and especially that little area where you voted for Nigel Farage. I've just got one question. What the fuck are you doing? That's the douchebag that tore your fucking country apart and then ran away and hid in Spain and had a holiday for a few fucking years while the country had a meltdown. And now that everyone's it's just out of your fucking recent memory, yeah, he came back and you fucking elected this piece of shit? What the actual fuck are you doing, you what?
Yep.
No, you're doing it wrong. Do not reward that fucking man for tearing your country literally in half. What are you doing? Thank you.
You want some extra fun? When they went to he went to one of Trump's rallies, he wasn't allowed, forget not even to meet Trump, he wasn't allowed even to the VIP section. There's a picture of him at like the bleachers in the nosebleed area of one of Trump's rallies.
Yeah, because Trump recognizes a leech when he sees one. Even Trump has limits, which is
Yeah, it's
says
why
a
he'll
lot.
never shake hands with Keemstar, because Keemstar showed support with Trump. So say for
Hey,
example,
that's a big tell though. The leader of the Brexit thing, Trump wouldn't let him into the fucking VIP section
nope.
because Trump
And he
looks
still
down
tried to
his nose
post
at
it
that
off as
man.
a win. With this tiny little speck off in the distance as he's like giving a thumbs up, going like, "Oh, Trump's great for America and all that shit." Yeah, well, what? Why didn't you meet him at one point? Well, what's happened over the intervening couple of years? Did something? Did you lose any clout that you may have had at any point because you kind of drove your country into a debt spiral? I mean, the only good thing that'll come out of it is Scotland will probably get its independence, and so will Northern Ireland. Speaking of big news, there, RTE, our news network, is now running on the regular back up north. Hasn't been doing it in years, and it was just a quiet thing. The reason that's special is a lot of people up north don't really think about the south much, and now they get to hear our news whenever they want it. Which very quickly they'll be like, oh, they're not a bunch of people hounding for our blood. They're just people. Yeah, pretty much. We're only 2 hours away from the border. It's not like the DMZ in North and South Korea, We're not two completely separate peoples. This slow erosion of separation will eventually result in a soft union. There'll just be one day like a token election, and that'll be it. And that'll be the end of Northern
Good.
Ireland. They'll just rejoin, and it'll be done bloodlessly, most likely.
They'll sink into the sea.
Boop. Of course, Cobes won't like it because he's a proud British person. Whatever Aussies brought up. Those fingers.
King Cobra fans know what's up. It's got everything a California burrito has, and bacon, and beef, extra cheese, guacamole, sour cream, potatoes. This burrito has been a guest on the channel before.
Potatoes
We're
in
gonna
your
open it
burrito?
up.
That's
And we're
weird.
gonna
This already.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
They all
watched it
blur together.
when it was. No, oh, it's a compilation. Okay, so we watched this one. So let's find out about these wings. There's the pinwheels that he didn't make.
It's Murica sushi.
Pinwheels, fried chicken, dark meat, fried dark meat chicken. Yes. Fried
So pinwheel's
chicken,
basically
dark
just
meat.
like a sandwich wrap that's been sliced into pieces, huh?
Pretty much. He made his own, and they turned out to be almost a disaster. One turned out just past.
Almost a disaster is an improvement for him.
Right?
Signature
Hold on,
select.
Just go back to that. I want to hear him say these words again because I'm pretty sure he's losing the ability to string a fucking simple sentence together at this point.
That's turning into a theme, isn't it?
Let's just listen to what he actually says here.
Pinwheels, fried chicken, dark meat, fried dark meat chicken. Yes.
What?
Fried chicken.
Fried dark meat chicken, yeah.
He is de-evolving as before our very eyes. He is now like he's Neanderthal.
What is with all these Americans being unable to process word good? Friendo, we can't drink the water. We have to drink the bottled water when we're over there. We cannot drink their stuff.
Actually, that is funny thing is that is one thing that a lot of Canadians is like. It's like, what do you mean you can't just drink the tap water down there?
Yeah, I actually asked that when I was in Ohio at one point, and they were a little bit flabbergasted. And then I'm like, "Oh, but what about all these towns?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you can't over there." But that'll change. One of those towns was Flint.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Delicious.
yeah, like
that's not
that's
going
how
to
long
change.
that went on for. I was really young when I was
Isn't
in
this
it.
still going on?
No, they finally resolved that. Only with government aid, like federal government aid. It
How
was
many years
dope.
did that take?
I think 8? Was it 5 or 8?
How was there a town left at that point? How
It was
did
being
not everybody?
supplied from a water trucks every day on mass.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was biggest tragedy, outrage. Fuck it.
Dark meats, signature
Yeah.
select, pinwheels. Oh shit.
He's
We got
excited.
pinwheels and fried chicken. Oh, motherfuckers.
Caveman is so happy. BET.
Now I can understand being excited about fried chicken, but pinwheels don't look that exciting to me.
Pinwheels
Like,
look
a
like
nice snack maybe, but
those
not
Tesco
exciting.
sandwich wraps that you get for like $2.50. You get them at lunch in the UK or Ireland when you work in like an office
Yeah.
job. You get that, you get like a pack of crisps, and you get a bottle of like Oasis fruit juice, and that's your lunch. You know,
Oh, you guys
wow.
have Oasis too? I love that stuff.
I like it when it's nice and cold. Actually, in this
Well, yeah,
weather, an
obviously.
Oasis would be kind of nice. Yeah. I'd be down.
I like to
Yo,
get
what's really
orange juice.
good? Motherfuckers know what's up. Pinwheels and fried chicken. Fuckers already know.
Pinwheels, one of the most.
Got that fried chicken and the fucking pinwheels.
That was a manly bite.
Pinwheels and
I'm
fried
watching this
chicken.
dude. I'm actually concerned for his well-being at this point. Like the way he's moving, the way he's looking at shit. Like is he hit? What's he? What's his? Nah, seriously. I've been watching his shit for a while. He is this. He is fucking. There's something fucking going on right now. I don't know if he's just high.
You're misunderstanding me. You're misunderstanding me. Obviously, there's something wrong with him. I'm questioning why it took you this long to become concerned.
It's because of the degradation that's taken place. He is.
Oh, you aren't alone. A lot of people have pointed out, even before the move. There was only one thing that connects the two between him really falling off physically and the way he slurs his words and everything, and it was the mead. I don't think the mead. Not only is the mead not getting him drunk, I think it's maybe like damaging his innards or something to a point.
I would imagine so.
Like I'm guessing all that he could be early onset diabetes. I don't think he's gotten himself checked, but he had so much sugar and so much grease and so much salt in his body all the time.
Yeah.
No exercise. Like
just neurologically though, he's just slow.
also very
He's a lot
isolated
slower
as
than
well.
he
Don't forget
was.
about that.
So is he? What sort of things does he like to partake in other than the mead? Like, does he do nos bumps or what?
He did do Duster for a long time.
Okay.
And he also huffed cologne aftershave.
Oh no, he huffed stuff. That's
He did
so,
huff
all right.
stuff, but he says he's not doing it anymore. But it's still
Alright.
getting worse, isn't it? So either the damage is done, or we also saw a picture that may or may not be true, where he's holding a crack pipe. That was years ago, though.
All right. Well, this explains a lot. In Australia, in the late 20th century, there was a big problem with solvent sniffing with petrol, fucking petrol. The kids were sniffing petrol, gasoline. So they had to create a specific type of gasoline with all of these bits to try and get the kids, because if you've seen the aftermath of these kids, they're basically he's
seen what
he's on the
Pete
way to
does
their
to
state.
people.
Well, it's the same sort of thing. It annihilates them neurologically, and they just become vegetables basically. And that's the sort of behaviours, like the way he's just flobbing around when he moves, and what you've just said explains a lot. And I'm just because I usually you see him drunk, you know he's drunk, and he'll blah, and he passes out. But this isn't alcohol related. This, to my perception, is something else going on with this
Yeah, I
dude.
don't think he's been drinking much other than his occasional like peach light. He doesn't stream nearly as much. I think his
Yeah.
mind is just breaking down. Also, don't forget Jessica is probably a mess to his brain. His girlfriend Jessica,
Well, that definitely accelerated his degradation.
Yeah, she's the worst thing that happened to that poor dude. It's like Clint, keep that woman away from your son.
He was in such a bad place already, and then Jessica got added on top of it all.
What up, YouTube? So we got this bag of goodies here. It's a steak street chalupa from Taco Bell. Everything on it. Add black beans, seasoned beef, slow roasted chicken,
So
onions,
he's talking a lot
lettuce.
better than this one.
Say cheese.
Oh no, I spoke too soon.
Regular cheese and tomatoes and avocado ranch.
Alan from Smiling Friends.
That was his brain just. His brain just short circuited. Then it's like, I want some cheese.
Sauce to everything added on it. Cheese. And for sauces, we got Fire, Diablo, and Hot, and of course the avocado sauce.
Blue screen.
Verde. We got the goods. Oh, word. Taco Bell didn't include all the Hots, the Fire, and the Diablo with the order when I ordered it.
How much was this taco? Was it a $50 taco?
It is what it is. Sometimes they either give you too much sauce or they give you just enough, or sometimes you don't have any at all. It is what it is. I'm trying to keep it like a nice
trailer. It's just lovely. I was gonna say he's keeping it a little cleaner than the last one, but
not himself though.
Even stack here, YouTube. So this is why I ain't tripping about Taco Bell hooking up with sauce, cause you know what I'm saying, I got plenty of backup. Get their first look.
I like the fact that you talked about the mild, medium, and hot sauces all taste the same.
Stuck to the goddamn taco shell.
There's no difference in spice between them.
All the extra ingredients. I'm gonna make it sloppy, YouTube, but that's alright.
He is a simple tool.
Dude, these are falling out of their
the 80s Dare program should have just brought Cobes in as like not to do drugs. Let's have him sitting there and answering simple questions. And like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I don't want to grow up to be like this.
Rappers.
Yeah, you know, seriously, it needs like a drill sergeant sort of character to walk in, dragging Cobes, and he just goes, "All right, listen up, you little pukes. If you take drugs, you're gonna end up like this, asshole." And then you just shove Cobra out in front and shake him a bit and make him go, rah, 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 and then vomit on himself and burp and you little
His
pukes,
eyes
stay off the
not
drugs.
focusing on anything, frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, instead of this is your problem in drugs being like a frying egg, you're just shaking Cobes at the camera instead.
Yeah, and he just pukes on himself, and it's just like, do you want to end up like this, you little pukes?
A little bit.
Stay off the drugs.
Lens.
They're sure they can become like a YouTube celebrity. All the kids run away.
Oh, you bring in Nal as well, so you show the little girls in the class like, all right, ladies, you think this is what you'll end up? If you take the drugs, you'll end up like this, bitch. It's like shake her up a bit, and fucking
good.
Oh, I've just solved the drug problem.
These food hacks are a little wild, YouTube.
Oh, look.
Nope. Give me attitude, gangster lean over here.
He's making full use of the flavor saver there.
It's all good though. We're gonna be adding some sauce to these motherfuckers because they're not messy enough.
This is like watching a primate play with tools for the first time.
All these toppings to a street chalupa, It's gonna get heavy in the sauce game. It's gonna get heavy in the messy toppings game. Your
They've just
hands
discovered
gonna need
spice in food
napkins.
for the first time, and they're just like,
And trust and believe,
Christ
you only
hasn't
need
blinded
half
himself yet.
each one if you want to spice up your game.
oh, it's going to happen now that you mention it.
No,
Get sauce in his
it's
pants.
definitely not going to happen in this video, but it'll happen in the next video, just to spite him.
How awesome would it be if we tuned into Boglum Chronicles next week?
So visceral and gooey and moist. Like if I were to give him a bag of dried oatmeal, he'd find the ooze. I don't know how he'd find the ooze, but he would.
He'd create it. It would congeal around his presence.
It's like when a great unclean one touches something, you know. It just changes. How?
And then we're gonna go for hots. Smoked Diablo straight to the
Smoked Diablo straight to the yeah.
Oh yeah, that hurt,
Yeah,
didn't it, mate? Oh yeah, get those teeth fixed, buddy. Did you see how much pain he was in when he did that then?
Taco sauces.
See this
Like,
jaw.
he fucking
Those aren't jaws.
grimaced.
That's he's got gingivitis. He hasn't gone to the dentist in a while, and the last time he went there, he was told he has to get a lot of work done and some teeth removed. Also, ew, fingers. That's right. Get sick, right? All over the food.
Remember, kids, this is say no to drugs, you little pukes.
I'm living my life right now.
Oh Jesus Christ! Look at it! Look at it! Just look
I think we gotta go one
Come
more
from the
fire.
sneezing, not the food.
What was that?
Him going down.
Ooh, that's a
girl
spicy
is the most
motherfucker.
disgusting thing in human
Excuse me, we're gonna add some of this salsa verde. It comes with their toasted chicken, like slow roasted quesadilla deal. When I get the that's spicy.
Is he gonna?
Yeah, when I get the slow roasted chicken from Taco Bell and the quesadilla, I'll pour this sauce
He did divot in the side of his head.
Yeah, kinda.
into the guacamole and sour cream, like half the pack in each sauce container, and
What's that on the side? Is that from his glasses? What is that right there? On his.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
stir it around with the quesadilla.
No, it's separate from his glasses. Is that a birthmark? Is that a piece of food?
He looks like a hairy mole or
We have to
something.
save those napkins for our trip down sauce.
That's the starting
lane.
point of his new facial tattoo in tribute of Boogie. Too soon.
He misspells liar.
No, he'll still say Boglum.
I'm gonna put some of that green
I
sauce
misspelled
on
that.
there because
Oh,
it's got that
no,
slow roasted
Boglum.
chicken. They're like, King Cobra, you want one of these street chalupas? Yeah, I do. Do you want slow roasted chicken or
How
do you
can
want
it be a
steak?
street chalupa if you're eating it at home? Checkmate, atheists.
Those are the two options.
And from Taco Bell, the authentic street food vendor.
I'm like,
now I want the guy from Channel 5 to be offering street pizza. You know, don't kill yourself.
nah, son, I want all three meats. In the order, it was supposed to know good fire, Diablo, and hot sauce. Did not have it. Luckily, I had some on standpoint. It's all good. These are smelling all kinds of dank. Look at these street chalupas.
That looks
You know
like
the sauce is
someone.
supposed to be
You wanna grab
inside
one of
of it, not
those?
on the outside of the shell, right?
King Cobra giving you the close-up. The street taco is falling apart. They're dripping all over the place. We'll grab some of those toppings.
Yeah, because
put
you
it
put
back
it on the
there.
outside, you dumbass.
It's about to get messy.
This is like those
Move the wrapper so I can show you a
Or the-
close-up of
the
that
top of the
cross-section of that steak, that beef, and that chicken, and that cheese.
I have a message for Taco Bell. Dear Taco Bell, you want to know why I've never eaten Taco Bell? This guy showing me
these are so
your
good.
food has made me not want to go to the Taco Bell that opened up near me recently. I'm not doing it. I refuse.
I'm about to get
I mean,
my
I know
cheese
Taco
and my
Bell's like in
toppings.
North America. I can only
Oh
imagine
my
what it's like
damn
across
hands.
the fucking pond.
I don't care, they're messy good.
Authentic Australian Mexican food. These all that thing.
Look at him. He's got Nickelodeon spline.
Hot, warm tortilla. Covered in sauce.
All you got to say? Hot, warm tortilla.
The YouTube poop you can create with this. I don't even give a fuck.
Hey, he openly admits it. Like, he knows he's being made fun of this.
Taco Bell is like one of my favorite fast food restaurants, mind you.
Wow.
So when they come out with something new, I'm like, I see you. And look at this. I can't even pick it up. It's just a fucking sloppy mess.
What?
Look at that. I'm gonna eat the other one too and just lick that fucker clean, you know.
I'm so glad there's
pick it up and there's like a little.
I'm glad there's so many proper burrito joints in town here, and I have no reason to go to Taco Bell. It's great.
We got all these foods. So
Tacos, poop, and everything.
Mexican food is amazing.
It's very good stuff.
I have to do over in Philly. I have to get myself some bog standard American Mexican food from someone who wants to convert me to like the fast food Mexican stuff. So I get like the taco.
Actually, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how it'll be different from what I've got here.
Side though, this
the
is
best
a really
Mexican
good fucking.
in our city is actually a dude went to Mexico for like 6 months, learnt how to prepare all of these legit dishes at a well-established place, and then bought a whole bunch of stuff, like just random items to give that sort of Mexican feel, and just flew back to Australia with all this shit and opened up a restaurant called The Jungle, and it has been going now for nearly 30 years, and the place is packed every fucking night it's open because it's legit
Took a
authentic.
toasted cheddar chalupa.
But they also know that Australians
and
are
mixed it with the
pussies when it comes to
Doritos
spice.
Loco Tacos, Nacho
So they
Cheese
tone
Supreme
it down.
Taco with beef, and you add bacon to it, and you put cheese between the cheese shell and the toasted cheddar chalupa shell, and make a quesalupa out of it, and call it the toasted cheddar bacon quesalupa. You'd have customers out the fucking door, son.
I'd like to hear about these success stories there.
We're about to
Red. Like,
embark.
people who are actually putting in the proper
The
effort
spiciness
and
of
get
those
rewarded for it.
street tacos
And
were
the food
delicious.
is so freaking amazing. Like, oh, their chicken enchiladas, for instance, are just like perfection. Never eaten one as good, and I never will. It's like this is the best Mexican restaurant in my city, and there are many of them.
Oh, it's 20 minutes. I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah, I think we're all right. Let's watch some
let's
some
get
good
some
food
Dylan
for a
Moore.
change.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't know if this will be good food or not because he's doing these other people's recipes, but we'll see.
This guy makes
Also, the only
good
channel where
videos.
we can experience the phrase "the best of gay vintage cooking."
Oh, it just means that it's very happy cooking. A big old grin in his
Yeah.
face. Also, hard anal. That too.
Whoa.
But you can be happy
Yes.
for both of those things.
And he is.
Let's see.
I would
Kool-Aid
super
pie.
hang out with this guy.
A Kool-Aid pie from '87. This comes from Hastings, Nebraska, where Kool-Aid was invented. Now they worship it. They got like parades and fairs and everything. Nebraska stuff. Start with a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. Liquid toothache. We just mix in one of these small packs of Kool-Aid. We're using grape because it's second to none. Tell me otherwise and I will fight you. Ooh, oh no. That's that Exxon Valdez purple. Zest of a lemon. Exotic for Nebraska.
And the juice of a lemon. Can't be wasting none of them fancy things, them newfangled citrus.
Pinch of salt. And a good old tub of...
That, aren't they, Red?
Yeah, I'm a skinny bastard.
Yeah, you. Billy Boy Blue was saying that a few days ago. He was like, I saw a picture of your. He was saying like he saw some of your art videos and he was stunned just how lean you are. Yeah, you're a fucking twig. You gotta eat something.
Dude, I've weighed
the
the same.
Man.
Listen, here's something that'll shock you. I'm 52. I have weighed within a 5 kilo sort of range my entire life. So I hit 17, hit that weight, and then it's fluctuated up and down by a couple of kilos. It doesn't matter what I eat. I can sit there and just literally pour lard down my throat. I won't put on weight. It's weird.
Yeah, like this guy, like the metabolism in this guy, he eats so much baking and he's so tiny.
I was wondering there, Red. Do you have a problem of staying still? Are you always fidgeting? Are you always moving?
Yeah, I've got ADHD, the adult version of that one, and a
Well,
whole
that's
bunch
probably
of other
helping
little.
keeping the weight down. You're probably burning it off.
As you mentioned it, I'm sitting here and I just look down and my legs bouncing up and down at about
Yeah, I had a feeling you would be.
10. It's like, it's like
Cool
I
Whip
just do that.
Midwest Special.
You should wrap you should get like a leather belt to the side of it and wrap it to a generator, and you get like free power out of it.
She's kind of pretty now. Slap her into a 9-inch graham cracker crust. Don't let anyone tell you you can't use pre-made. Those people are just unhappy with their love lives. Ooh. To the fridge, 4 hours. Happy birthday, book. First cut is the hardest. What? Nom, 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 nom. That tastes like my childhood. Light, refreshing, very summery.
Hold on.
Pie of the summer right here.
What did he say? It tastes like what?
His childhood,
Ah.
which it would because
A Kool-Aid pie from 80.
No, that was weird. Oh, that's
Well,
right. You
he
can't
put up-
rewind these properly, can you?
no, but he stopped off there because he just caught a little bit of thunder as he wrapped it up. This is something I have no idea. If it's boring, we'll skip it. If not, but someone's with this is Blaze in a trail attempting a Plucker's fire in the hole wing challenge. Oh, if they'll be getting some fire in the hole, that's for sure.
I've never heard of Pluckers.
Plucker's
But,
wing
American
bar.
thing, I guess.
I wonder if it's just local or whatever.
I don't know.
Pluckers. Oh no.
Best wings in Texas.
Oh, Texas, you say?
So maybe it's just all of Texas, but only Texas, maybe? I don't know.
What the hell? Yeah, very. Austin seems
Well,
to
zoom
love
out
it.
zoom out a bit.
Oh no, there's a few around Texas, but yeah, there's
A bit
a
more.
lot of
Bit more.
nothing.
Okay, yeah, just Texas.
Wait a second, can you see it? It's the fucking Bermuda Triangle of goddamn fucking
Wing places.
fuckers wings.
And
Holy
it's
shit!
oh no, it's focusing right in Waco. What does that
Yeah.
mean?
Oh fuck,
We're through the looking
son!
glass here, people.
Quickly, call the alt-right. We have uncovered the ultimate in fucking conspiracies here. I betcha, if we go in here, there'll be a pizza shop with a basement and stuff will be happening in that. Everybody, let's roll. We got to head to Waco. It's the center point. It's where everything starts and ends.
In September, Grandar
part
and
is
I, our flights will just
Hold on.
will just crash mysteriously.
Mm-hmm. But no, I was just trying to say though, I like how it's not actually in Waco proper, but it's just orbiting around it.
Yeah. All right. So this is
Because Waco's a shithole, apparently.
if it wasn't for that horrible event that happened in the 90s, no one would care about Waco.
Sorry, I'd like to rephrase that last statement. I think the people at Pluckers think that Waco's may be a shithole because they're not setting up any shops there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hello, Chris and Jack. We got
As I've always called it, Waco, Texas.
fire in the hole, 15 wings for y'all. Attention, Pluckers of South Lamar. We have two very special guests
I look
now
really
today.
happy.
Who is it? I'm Jack and Chris taking on the Wall.
Well, until they start eating that whole plate of wings.
With that being said, they have 15 minutes to take on 15 final wings, and we have a timer to start in a few.
There is a lot of sauce on these wings. They look delicious. They smell hot.
And you're pouring it on the table right
I don't know
now.
what we got ourselves into, but we're going for it.
He looks chill though. I like it.
Oh, I've seen those guys before.
I suddenly like him a lot less after that
Hey there,
fucking
Chris here. I am at
emoji of himself.
Pluckers Wing Bar in Austin, Texas. I am here to take on my very first spicy challenge. This challenge is 15 of their hottest wings in 15 minutes. It's called Fire in the Hole. I don't know what to think about this. This is going to be a
fire up
first for me, so get in there and see how we do.
Well, he's realistic about it.
Wall of flame.
Is the LA Beast on that wall?
On the count of 3, 2, 1, start. All right, good luck, everybody.
All right. Actually, very good.
No drink or dipping sauce yet. This guy can handle his spice.
My first impression of these wings is that these wings are really good. I was going into this expecting something that was really hot, and I think this was a great first spicy challenge. Kind of ease my way into the heat level, because overall, I didn't think these were too bad. You know, they didn't seem to be overpowering. I don't seem to be like.
How has he not, had a drink
wow,
yet? I would
these things
even
are
if this
hot,
wasn't
what am I
spicy, I
gonna
would
do?
need to wash
They're
this
just
down.
messy, right? You know, and that's all.
So, fortunately, they're not that bad. No, they're really good.
Other than just trying to keep the mess to a minimum, I really got no concerns with eating these. From a heat
He's getting some of that in
standpoint,
his beard
no
eventually.
issues.
I haven't been counting, but these are actually very good.
Drink something.
I feel like I've got it all over my face.
That's the thing with eating challenges. Decorum goes out the window.
I've got them.
Well, just eat wings in general, honestly.
Very hard.
It's cheek already.
Fortunately, this challenge, they'll let me wipe my face because I got it all over.
More focused on how you look right now.
Wait, is he implying that there are other challenges that don't let you wipe your face?
My nephew tells me he comes here a lot. Popular place, great food, a lot of fun, a lot of TVs, keep up with everything. If you're ever in the Austin area or in Texas, give them a try.
I've never really given a shit about what's on the TV in a restaurant.
Alright, just over 5 minutes in, and I'd say I'm more than halfway through. After all,
It's
it
always
is a
just
spicy
like
challenge, not a capacity
news
challenge.
or sports or some shit I don't care about.
I remember watching the Grammys when what was his name?
Okay.
The basketball
Cobes won
star
the
who
award.
died. What was his name?
I don't know.
Kobe.
Kobe?
Kobe. That's the
I don't
one.
know. Was it him? I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe.
When he died, I was in Toronto for that, and I was watching the Grammys. That was the time I was meant to see you, motherfucker, and you didn't show up.
I know. And then this time.
I know why Pluckers calls their wings jumbo wings. These are pretty big.
I've seen bigger, but I've seen smaller ones.
Yeah, this guy's destroying this challenge.
I got wing sauce on my pants.
Yeah, there's 2
The
wings
size of
left.
Oh.
That's not good.
I think he can handle that in 8 minutes.
FYI, a little dishwashing soap when I got home. Wing sauce
Maybe
stain
3.
came right out.
Still. Yeah. Which level of which Sonic game is this music from?
I'm getting more of a racing game.
In another 7 minutes.
It's Sega's answer to F-Zero. With Wave Racer or something. I'm actually getting very upset that he hasn't
My very first
taken a
spicy
single
challenge.
sip of his drink.
And I'm not fooling myself to think this is how all spicy challenges
What's wrong with
go,
this man?
and that this is what other
How is he
spicy
not
challenges
choking on
are gonna
dry
be
throat
like.
by now?
This one didn't faze me.
The sauce can't be doing that much work.
Look at the size of this.
Everyone's filthy.
They're huge.
Like he's got that drink right there.
As I finish off my last wing,
Like, I'd be
thank
taking
you for
this sip
watching this
after every
video.
wing,
I hope you
at
enjoyed
least.
it. I also want to say thank you to Pluckers in Austin. Wings were great. I really enjoyed myself here. It's a great challenge. You like
All right. Well, good for you, old guy.
I wonder what the actual spice level on that is, because, or maybe this guy's just great with spice. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's just not super hot. Who knows?
Maybe. That's actually something that's really happening right now. Someone's losing their fucking. Sneeko is going after Critical, because Critical is like, yeah, trans people are real and should be respected, and then he conflate, and then people point out that Sneeko and people like Sneeko are okay with like teenage brides for older men, and like, how can you be a moral high ground dude if you're that? Like, it was Sneeko was the one who said like Cuties was his favorite film.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, dude, you can't. You can't.
Isn't this the guy who was threatening knife violence on people as well?
I think so. Yeah. Like, it's not really. You don't really have a moral high ground at that point, you know.
Yeah. Ooh, President Lincoln's favorite meal.
Ooh. We could watch it if you want. 15 minutes.
Sure.
All right.
We've got the wagon.
Cowboy Cat Bones. He's a good guy.
All hitched up. We're fixing to take a ride back in history with Abraham Lincoln and eat one of his favorite meals, chicken fricassee.
Look at this dog pass recently. Bonehead. Oh, I love
Aw, he was delicious. Oh, chicken fricassee. I've made this.
Middle of the 1860s, and the Civil War is going on.
Pause for a second real quick.
Ah.
When I was going to the culinary thing at the college that I did, our midterm exam was to make chicken fricassee. It's a good recipe. Nice creamy dish. It was delicious.
Nice.
It is, and there's one man who is under an extreme amount of pressure, and that is President Abraham Lincoln. Long and tall and lean Abraham was, and he worked all the time, and he worried about trying to form a nation together that the North and the South got along.
Oh my God, look at that man's beard / sideburns on the left.
This played a toll on him. He never hardly took any time to eat as he would go through the house.
There's been more than one. I also like the Babylonian era, the Cyrus beards, the giant Nebuchadnezzar beards. Fuck yeah, those were.
Yeah.
At the White House, but Mary Todd had figured this deal out. His own sweet wife. She said, we need to fix him something that makes him comfortable. One of his favorite dishes. So she would ask the White House staff to fix him what? Chicken fricassee. But he loved him some biscuits, he loved him some apple pie, and they would invite guests over, because if she just fixed this for him and her,
not a super difficult
he
dish,
wasn't still going to sit down and eat. So old Abraham had to sit down at that table when his guests arrived, and he would eat. This was one of his favorite dishes, and it's fast going to become one of yours too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Chicken fricassee comes from the French. It means to break down or brown, usually with a sauce or a gravy. Now, traditionally, they would have used a whole chicken, but today we're going to use a chicken thigh, skinless. Now, when you talk about a whole chicken, they wasn't just putting the whole chicken in there to stew and cook. They were cutting it into legs, thighs, wings, breast, everything like that, and go ahead and putting it in there. But President Lincoln also liked
how we had to do it
for the White House
exam.
staff at times to chop his chicken up to lay it in there to where it was more of a bite-sized piece. Today I'm using chicken thighs because I really think they're the best part of the chicken to bring about a bunch of flavor. Deboned, and they have no skin on them. Now, when the White House staff would fix this, mostly the only seasoning that was in it was marjoram, mace, a little nutmeg, maybe some salt and pepper. That was about it. Now, we're going to try to keep this pretty traditional to the way they did fix it for old Abraham Lincoln, but we're just going to start off too, because I always add a little ground mustard when I'm doing anything with chicken. Marjoram. Now, if you can get this fresh, it doesn't take quite as much, but dried, we're going to put, and if the way the wind's blowing today, it may not all go in there. A spice that I've never used a whole lot, but is very unique in the way that it is flavored and smells, and that is mace. Not the kind you spray in your eyes when you got somebody coming after you, but Got a little citrus blend to it, but also a little nutmeg, a little clove mixture. Then we're going to add some coarse ground black pepper, some of our original seasoning, and I'm sure if Abe would have had it, he'd have told them to use it.
Pretty effective still.
We're going to grind a little nutmeg or grate. So
now, why are you grating it instead of just using a
powder? This is what they had. This is what they
I know
used.
the one I
so
had
I want
didn't
to keep
have
it pretty
mace, but we did
traditional
use
to the way
nutmeg.
things were there. Ever smelled nutmeg after it was ground? It is so flavorful, it is. So we're going to put a little more in there, about a half of this. And I would say that was pretty close. Looky there, it's such beautiful artwork in there. So let's get our chicken back over here in place.
I just realized
We have got a Dutch oven on the stove that has got about a half a stick of butter in it, melting. Now, traditionally this was cooked with a skillet on a wood
You
stove.
can be a proper pumpkin
with a
spice
lid on
girl
top.
for a while.
But we're going to cook it in a Dutch oven there today.
Did Abe have those gloves?
I'm sure they had something called
probably wasn't the
maybe
one
hot
cooking
water to
it.
wash the hands in after they washed the chicken. But you can see no
Wash.
skin, no bone in them thighs.
He's about as
And we're just
cowboy
going
as
to
cowboy
sprinkle
would be.
over the top of this. We'll give
But
it a
without
rubbing
the,
in, and then we'll do
without
the
the
other
racism
side.
and
Hey,
such.
taste the seasoning. I want to
That
know
I
what.
know of.
What flavors I got here?
Yeah, what
I mean, he
your-
seems like a
what-
pretty
what does
laid
it
back,
taste like?
nice guy.
Oh, he is. The most
I'm
controversial
telling you,
thing
that
I've ever
mace,
seen him
it
do
reminds me of
was
Holiday.
He took the whole
When I,
pig once and he started playing around with it on like the bloopers. Like he actually drove it as a +1 weekend at Bernie style around. And
The
some
silly
people
boy.
were like, "That's offensive to who? The pig's gonna get eaten and it's already dead. Get over yourselves."
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just meat.
I get that in my
Don't
mouth
play
like
with your food.
Thanksgiving. But there's a lot of great flavor coming in here. There was a funny story when I was researching this online, and Abe was coming through the battle lines there long before the Civil War actually took place, I think, and he was on a short horse. Some of the
He's already
soldiers
doing
there that
his a bit
seen him
different
said,
from what
"That
we
doesn't
did.
look
Like
right.
we didn't
Abe's feet are dragging the
put the
ground,
seasoning
and
on the
his feet
chicken
were
before
like this
cooking the
far
chicken.
off the ground." Abe ended up getting him a big old sort of draft Persian looking horse, and he called him Old
Look
Bob.
at the drip on the guy on the right there. Like, that guy's flexing. Jesus. And look at the eyebrow raise. Like fuck's sake.
Look at his face. He knows he's got that thread going on.
There's two
I like how his-
stallions in this shot right now.
I like how his belt is up above his tummy too.
Well, that's what they always wore back in the day.
Old Bob stayed with him a long time, and when he was
We wore an onion in
practicing
our belt
his
as that
law,
was the fashion
he
at
would
the
ride
time.
from client to client on Old Bob, or hook him up to the wagon and pull it there. Old Bob was a big old horse, and Abraham feet didn't drag the ground on there. So, got our chicken all seasoned. We'll add a little more of this right there at the end, so don't throw that away. Butter is melted. Heavy cream, or you can use half and half. When you place that chicken in there, I just don't want you to put it in. I want you to put it in there and then turn it back over, because I want to make sure
close
that
your
that
eyes
top
and
side
then
is coated with some of that cream and butter
Put it
mixture
there
as
and turn
well.
it back over.
I'm pretty sure they was cooking on an old wood stove back at the time too. I don't know if they called theirs
Lonely
Bertha,
out there on
but
the rain.
this is pretty typical of the way we're going to cook it today. Going to start
Yeah,
out
this
on
is very
probably a
different from what I
medium-low
did.
heat, and we're just going to let this simmer for a while till that chicken gets
I
fork
braised
tender, and
mine.
then we'll
More of these
go
in
on
the
with the
future.
rest.
I do enjoy
You know, there
these.
was another thing that comforted Abe pretty well during all this time too, and that was music. You know,
Mine still
they
had
would
the heavy
have
cream,
folks
but
over at the
we
White
would
House, and
brown the
they
chicken
would have
before
a
putting
band
it in
come
there.
in, and they would play old traditional
'Cause that's what
Irish
braising means.
ballads like Old Rosin the Bow, one of his favorites. And it was just something that
cultural
calmed and took him back
appropriation.
to a
Thanks
simpler
there,
time in life. But also, this
Yeah.
was some of the same music that was being sang in some of the camps that soldiers were at. So this was something that sort of brought President Lincoln some peace besides just food.
President Lincoln.
President
Lincoln.
Now, we got this chicken sitting over here over about medium-low heat. Now, if you're doing this on a burner in the house, we're going to let all
wonder if
that
he's gonna
just
add
come to a
eggs.
simmer. You don't want to just keep that thing boiling. You don't want to scorch that milk. But we want to cook it probably 30 to 45 minutes until that chicken gets fork tender, and then we'll go on with the process. But you know, it wasn't just the love of food that me and Abe had a lot in common. We did. We both have split our share of wood. We have. I mean, I have swung that axe many times to split wood, whether I be on a ranch or trying to make kindling for old Bertha. But another thing that was
And
near
I
to my
also
heart
hate
and dear to
cherry
his heart
trees.
too was a Studebaker
That was
wagon.
Washington.
Now, he had a Studebaker coach
Yeah,
that
same
he
thing.
insisted he have one because of their durability and their comfort and their ease of ride when you were going down all them old rough streets that they had back in the time. And my wagon is, to me, is in the same purpose. You know, Studebaker has been in business for a long, long time. Anybody could have a chuck wagon, but Studebaker was the only company that I ever knew of that you could order a chuck box in one of their wagons. But this wagon is 1876. These people were great craftsmen. It's not like with the tools that we have today, but a wheelwright back in them days was worth his weight in gold. But these wagons were put together to be strong and to last a lifetime if you take care of them, and that's the way it's been. Studebaker Company was very successful in making wagons, and they had a contract with the War Department to where they built a lot of wagons for them, and they had to change axles, change paint, and they did this in record time to keep things moving. If it was good enough for old President Lincoln to have at the White House, it's sure good enough to me feed cowboys out of. But you got to remember this too, folks. When they were going there, things of the Civil War were ending. Things were going to get better, and they were going to the theater. He took his last ride to Ford Theater in that Studebaker wagon.
And that's when his brains got turned into chicken fricassee.
Whoa, dude, too soon. Too soon.
That's when he faked his death so that he could start a secret superhero foundation.
And keep that on the download, dude.
I thought he went to the moon and talked to
Well, we've been on about 40 minutes here on just like a low simmer. Used our chef's temp there, and we just probed some of that chicken. You want to be at least to 165.
Remember, thanks to the multiverse, everything is canon.
Let's get it out of there. Put it on a plate.
Did you see
set
that?
it somewhere
He was
warm.
probing that chicken so
is trying
hard.
to fall
Then it's like,
apart.
oh,
And folks,
yeah.
this is the makings right here for what I would call some really good gravy. So we got our chicken out of there. You can see we still got all that good flavoring from that chicken broth that come out of that chicken, plus that
I think
cream and that butter.
bit of chicken
We're going to add
may
about
have
3 or
brought
4
upon itself. Whoa,
tablespoons of
whoa,
sifted
whoa.
flour.
Apparently, I've
Get
just
you a
been
little,
cancelled.
Don't go too much at one time. Keep stirring. That's going to thicken that up.
I never want to go
When we put it over them biscuits that we got cooking with some aged chicken, this is fine dining right here. This is about what I'd call the good consistency of gravy here.
That looks good.
So we didn't have to use very much flour. When you got
yeah.
that to the thickness that you want, let's go ahead and put that chicken back in
You know
there.
I like the
And
thickness.
really all we're doing is when you put it in there, I want you to flip it
Possibly
back
3.
over one time, give it a good rubbing in the bottom there. And we're going to let this simmer for about 3 minutes. Check on them biscuits and make sure they're ready. Me and old Abe are going to have us a full meal deal.
Yeah, the difference with the one I made, instead of doing flour to make it into a gravy, I added some egg for the thickening instead. So it was more creamy.
Chicken and damper. That's what we call that sort of bread in Australia, like camp oven bread. It's just
Well, I'm going to tip my hat to Abe right off the bat and the White House staff that was fixing this for him, because it does look like a delectable dish to me. Now, you can see we served this with some biscuits that we had made and just poured as a little gravy over the top there. You got to have some of that.
A
But I'm
little
pretty sure
dude,
that
you
this
just
would have happened at
drowned
Abe's
it. That
house
was like
before we even
no.
put it in there.
That's a little bit
We
by their
bless it a little.
standards.
Our most
That
gracious
biscuit
Heavenly
needs
Father, we
fucking
thank you for
Noah's
this
Ark right now to
opportunity, and we
survive,
thank you,
or else
Lord,
it's
for the-
just going to drown.
You helping us create the history that we get to look back. We just ask you to watch over us, guide and direct us, and thank you for this.
Well,
Amen.
let's not go overboard. He's not that
So,
bad.
Mage,
we're just gonna pull a
I'm
little
gonna
bit of
first
gravy
try
on this.
Just a bite of the chicken.
Give some to the
And that
pupper.
chicken-
First of all,
Yes.
can you try the gravy?
The gravy. Oh, I'm all about gravy. So we're just gonna get us a little spoon right there, a little fork of that.
Gravy.
Because I'm interested, like with those spices, what is it?
It's different than any gravy we ever made, and I've made gallons upon gallons of white gravy or brown gravy. But the mace and the nutmeg that's in there with the margarine, it just gives this sort of a savory taste that you think, I don't really know where this is coming. What is this?
Notice how he said he didn't say he liked
Yeah. Your
That's
taste
a bit
buds
of a
are trying
tell
to
for
figure
me.
it out as it gets back there to the back, and you think savory,
Does it taste
little
like holiday?
To me, it does. Sort of tastes like Thanksgiving, or what you'd sort of smell walking into a house. You've been cooking some pumpkin pies, maybe something like that. So let me just try a bite of this chicken mage, if that's all right.
Chicken mage.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be because the name sounds fancy.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a fancy name, and what have we always told you? You can't get full on fancy, you can't. But them chicken thighs have so much flavor. I mean, it is a delectable dish. I'm gonna have me a bite of biscuit.
He does like it.
I think his hat
With them old-fashioned buttermilk biscuits that we made, it makes me want to do a little rosin up the bow on the footwork. Give it here, give it here. I think old Abe might give me one of these. He might tip his hat to all the ladies and everything. Whew. That is some fine eating right there. Mate, would you like to try an old-fashioned homemade biscuit? Good boy, thank you for helping us out. Folks, it is something I think we need to reiterate, too, about how fond President Lincoln was of that old horse, Bob. When they had his funeral procession coming down the road, there was old Bob right behind that had a sort of a cape layered upon him there. He was a great horse, meant a lot to President Lincoln, he did. And I want to thank all those forefathers of ours that brought about this history that we can
at the funeral they served horse fricassee.
I'm just telling you, me and Shan did have some more bites of this.
Too soon, dude.
You need to fix this because it will blow your mind.
It surprised me, the flavor. It is really good.
It is spot on, it is. But it is with pride, honor, and privilege that I tip my hat to all the servicemen and women and all the veterans.
I know I
that
enjoy
kept
the
that old
one
flag flying over
version
the
I
camp.
make, but
Rest of you get up on in here now. Get up in here. What we're going to do, we're going to give you a big old Abraham Lincoln hug.
Herbs and spices to his.
God bless you, each and every one. And be sure to share it with your neighbors and your friends. That's what it's all about. See you down the trail.
Slender Man coming at you with his giant top hat to give you a hug. Like if a spider were to do it. All right. Daily Dose sausages.
Yes. Yes. Tis time.
Let's do it.
So Daily Dose first. Arms shouldn't look like this, or criminal pulls off big brain move.
I'm curious about what's going on with the arm.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. I'm not a doctor, but I don't think his arm is supposed to be doing this.
Okay, but why does he look like he's about to shout Tunnel Snake's rule?
Yeah.
Give me an explanation, because I don't know what this is, but I've always been able to do it, and nobody else can. It's my arm just like...
That is so weird.
That looks like a prop. If you told me that was a prop, these are fake arms. Then
you got some impressive worms in you there, lad.
It's my arm just like...
This is the new norm. Whales be killing.
A few days ago, a whale body slammed this boat. The two people on the boat were unharmed, and they were both rescued.
Oh my god, I can't see anything.
This live streamer was doing a food
That escalated quickly.
rescued.
Oh my god, I can't see anything.
It looks like she's about to get hit in the face with it.
What's with this Alphagetti pizza over here?
This live streamer was doing a food review when this happened.
Somebody said 420. What's up?
Do you want to take?
No, no.
Herman?
I'm not homeless, miss.
Sorry.
It's okay, don't worry.
Not the only time that's happened. As there's a Karen pulls up and starts filming this girl as she's reviewing. She makes a video where she makes steaks in weird places, and she makes it in a car park. And this woman comes in and goes like, "You don't live here. What are you doing here? Go back to the homeless shelter." You know, and she's like, I'm not homeless. I do live here. I live over there. Why would you eat outside? Like, it just goes into this whole really awkward thing. If you see someone filming out in public, just leave them fucking be.
I mean,
especially what I'm doing.
Filming is kind of your tip-off that they're not just a homeless weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually not always true, because up in Seattle, you can have a live feed from Skid Row right now. And they do that to raise money. They actually talk in chat. It's like a live feed chat, and they'll wave at the camera. But yeah, they're homeless. They're like, at the wintertime they're hanging around like burning barrels and shit. You probably have.
This is a time lapse of the digestive system at work while this dog is sleeping.
Jesus, what is up with
That
the
does not
body
look
horror
healthy.
today?
Speaking of worms.
No.
Not what I was expecting.
Help me, Mom. Oh. Her fear she needs it. Can you help her? Is she okay?
Oh, good for you, kid.
This boy asked his delivery driver to help his mom that was unconscious. The delivery driver checked on her, and paramedics showed up a few minutes later and saved her life. The mom has a rare syndrome that caused her heart rate to immediately drop.
Oh, Jesus.
Good for the delivery guy for not just fucking off, right? Aw.
I think this pigeon is about to explode.
Definitely sounded like it was. Pro move.
This YouTuber accidentally pranked the wrong person.
I'm so glad the prank.
Извините, это Чарли! Спокойно! Пес такой! Ты дружелюбный пес, извините!
I wish you could see that guy's face, which would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't have time for this. Oh.
Oh.
So this is pretty awkward. These people are Dine and Dashers. They ordered food at a restaurant and left without paying. But they forgot their purse when they left, so they came back to go get it. So the restaurant refused to give it back to them. That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
In fact, I didn't even go into a restaurant for years that was in my hometown of Swords, because I would be adamant that they know I tried to well, I didn't try, but like I dined and dashed.
It happened. Yeah.
Yeah, except they've had like 3 owners since then, and like the building's been renovated numerous times. I really doubt I'm gonna walk in and be like, "You out."
No, there's going to be a wall in the kitchen is just dedicated, and there's a mural to use with the amount of money that you fucking owe that fucking
There's like
restaurant. It's
knives in
still
it.
there. Yeah.
They have like totems, strange like woodland totems.
Couple of
They
bullet holes
sacrifice
in
a
the wall.
chicken once a year.
Yeah.
How did you like going bald there, man? Did you think that was natural? But yeah, let's wrap it up with a certain sausage.
Speaking of which, I was going to ask, do you remember when he was wandering around doing the sausage restaurant reviews?
Yeah.
Did he ever end up in Philly for any of those? I don't remember.
No, it was always around. Around the Chicago area. So we wouldn't unfortunately be because I'd be down for that if it would have been like doable. I'd have gone and done that.
Yeah.
But we have to record you having your first cheesesteak.
Well, my first proper one anyway. Like I've had them, but probably not super authentic ones.
We need to have Raisin out and about for that, so we can because she introduced me to my first one, and you can get them in all stripes, including absolute dog shit ones that you can get over here, and ones that are like a completely different species.
Yeah, it's like last time I was down in Vegas, which was a long time ago now, but I made sure I wanted to go try a sarsaparilla, and I wanted to make sure that while I was there, I tried a chicken fried steak.
Oh, I do love meat. When I was living in the States.
Which was nice. Yeah, it was good.
My friend's wife at the time, she took me into the kitchen and showed me how to make chicken fried steak, and it was really good.
Yeah, it's not as good as like a proper good steak, but it's a good idea. It's a good thing to do with a shitty cut of steak.
You know what I realized when she was making it? Just how much fucking like grease and oil the average American meal contains.
I'm sure.
It's like, oh, that explains so much. Anyway, let's see what we got.
Okay, well, we have to do Taco Bell soup, obviously.
Okay, so that's going to be our non-sauce soup.
Yeah, our NSE.
So chicken feet or s'more?
Let's see.
Red, what speaks to you, seeing that you're the guest?
Well, I've seen the chicken feet one. I haven't seen the latest one, so let's
There
do
you go.
that.
There you go.
I screwed up on the McDonald's. Diet Coke has no business belonging in soup, but I'm gonna make it up to you today. We have the Taco Bell $7 Lux meal, one double-decker taco filled with what the heck is that? One chalupa, and a 5-layer cheesy burrito. Is this really 5 layers? It looks like it's just bean, cheese, and beef. And we also have chips and cheese. We haven't even started yet, and my kitchen stinks like farts. I'm concerned about the amount of bread. Give it a little bit of fire sauce. Don't want to forget the cheese. And the water. That's looking on a little bit on the evil side.
Soup with water, use
And
broth,
don't forget, everyone, my YouTube sales is still going on, but only for a few days longer. So get yours today at youtubes.com. Oh, no! It's okay. It's okay. Oh, my God, it's cancer soup. Okay, that's 2 hours of soup, and it looks less than desirable. It looks like wet Kleenex. Here we go!
It's like those really cheap chicken stock soups that you get that you like put into a mug.
Yeah, like in war.
Yeah, cooking war. You need 3 of the packs just to have like some substance.
It's really good. I have some tortilla chip garnishes. It doesn't even taste like Taco Bell. It tastes like a legitimate tortilla soup. Outstanding. So I'm gonna have to give the Taco Bell soup a 5 out of 5.
Bop, 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 bop. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I was expecting a 2 out of 5. Maybe a 1 out of 5.
Cobes better recreate it. That would be glorious.
Well, I wonder what he would do to it.
You know there'd be a lot of ranch involved.
No, there's nothing wrong with your computer. For the time being, I'm filming at my parents' house, where it's extra echoey.
Just like my room.
Oh, you've got to be.
Room.
Oh my God! These are practice. These are practice. Bloop. And a bloop to you as well, sir. Of course, it's going to be toasted inside the steak. Guess the steak. Did you guess ribeye? No. You know, now that I'm cutting into this steak, perhaps a roast would have been a lot easier. And also using a knife that's not from 1973. All right, this steak isn't going to work.
I think I can still see marks where the jockey was hitting it.
Instead, we're going to use this nice
I think
top
that was his dad.
Sirloin. King of the sirloins! In terms of going well, this is not. We're going to have to chop that off. Although I'm now certain that is this going to fit? Well, all right, we got it in there. We don't want stuff coming out, so I'm going to stuff some steak in there. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. Back to the pan. Oh no, we need that! For the love of God! Get back in there. I really do not want to eat this thing. But we came this far, and it's well done! Here we go! There's nothing really to say. It tastes as good as it looks. 1 out of 5!
Bop, 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 bop,
Well,
bop.
that was a wet squid.
Who would have expected that to fail?
Yeah. Let's just make sure we have everything before we wait. Harmonica final boss. Is this someone who beat a game with a harmonica?
I found the final boss of harmonicas.
Close.
People would have done that too, though.
No book tonight. I'm hungry and I want to get off this chair.
I found the final boss of harmonicas.
That was pretty good, though.
That was
I got a friend that used to play in a couple of different bands, and he was incredible on the harp. Like, he was, on that level, just fucking nail shit. Just pull it out, start going, and it's like, blows your mind. Oh, that's gore.
Yeah, this is how we should wrap up the evening. They do a
There you
cover
go.
of Ken. I'm just Ken. And hell yeah.
Doesn't seem to matter what we.
Oh, so before we go into the song, let's do the shilling. Red, thank you so much for being here, especially because you are a sick boy. I hope you consume some soup, perhaps even of a Taco Bell variety, and get some sleep.
Delicious.
What can we find you at when you are probably less dead?
I will throw a link to my channel in the chat. I do
It should be in
some
the
weird
doobly-doo.
pendulum
Well,
paintings.
Yes.
Oh, well, if it's already in there, yeah. I just do weird pendulum paintings, and sometimes I stream games, so feel free to drive by and say
Pendulum
hi.
Squirrels? Maybe?
Yes, pendulum uzumaki.
Ooh, there you go.
That sounds like
And
nice sushi.
You got to say it like that. You can't just say uzumaki, mate. It doesn't sound right when you say like you got
Doesn't sound like when an
uzumaki.
Australian says it, uzumaki. Like, you sound
Hey,
proper.
mate, you seen all those bloody uzumakis around? Really pissing me off, mate. It's
Oh, I'm
like
getting
me
BMX
dad's
band
eyes
flashbacks.
spinning
No.
around like a bastard. Oh, bloody hell, mate! It was bloody spirals everywhere. Bloody uzumaki. No, it's uzumaki. You gotta say it like you got a Japanese warrior spirit residing inside you. Uzumaki.
Well, make
Yeah.
sure to check out is Uzumaki inspired.
And check out the Uzumaki manga, because that's supposed to be freaking
That is
awesome.
from what I've seen clips of it, like channels that like break down like the short stories and shit. Yeah, some of those stories are great, and it's bleak. They're not uplifting and fun. There's some fun elements in it, but for the most part, you're there to have a existential dread time, and a very good one at that. So if that's your thing, you should check it out. The Kren, what, where, where?
Watch.
You.
Well, we did finally wrap up Dungeon Keeper 2. So it is time to move on to Ant Keeper. Tomorrow. Empires of the Undergrowth. Let us keep her some ants. And eat our opposition.
Well,
Whoa.
very ant thing to do.
Yes.
Link in the doobly-doo. And don't forget also, as for me, tomorrow, I don't know if I will stream or not. If I will, it will be whatever the hell I feel like. But what we will be doing is around about 5 Eastern, 10 my time. We will be over on the Discord for the watch party. Anyone can come, so long as you're part of the Discord. So just go ahead and join it. Link in the doobly-doo. This time next week, we will be joined by Boglum Reacts.
Oh, damn. That's going to be a good show.
Oh, I do love me some Boglum Reacts. He's a very chill dude.
Yeah.
And
and his video edits are fucking hilarious. The sound effects and shit. Just, mate, every time Cobes just goes and vanishes off screen, that sound effect,
I love his...
I just chuckle. It's like, thank you, Boglum Chronicles, for making me genuinely fucking laugh at some weird shit.
I would agree with that, but
it.
they are different people, though.
Yeah, Chronicles and Reacts aren't the same.
Oh, sorry. Fuck, I'm confused as shit. I'm old and confused.
I do it. I did it the same at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, fuck, I'm an idiot.
I do like the teleportation noises,
though. Did the Jesse Lee Peterson.
Oh, right.
I know
is that fucking dude?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh,
We've had him on a
shit.
few times.
That
Or
song
he
is
did an AI
fucking
song
funny.
based off Cobes' freak out at his lighter. That was brilliant.
Oh, now I know who you're fucking talking about. Right. That track is fucking hilarious. The way they've just Bellissimo.
you, lighter.
Chef's kiss.
Fuck you.
Chef's fucking kiss. It's like, here's what I'll say about all of those folks. You're all incredibly fucking talented people. You have this gift for just finding these little snippets between the hours and hours of footage and stitching together really funny shit. I don't know how you do it, but I salute all of those channels that do that weird fucking strange shit, because it's not, it takes a while to gather all that material and stuff. So tip of the hat to you folks. You're fucking awesome.
They are.
Yeah,
We owe a
agreed.
lot to them. One day we should get bite-sized Cobes or Cobes animation on as well.
Oh, what if you, here's just a suggestion. What if you get Boglum Chronicles, Boglum Rio, and a couple of other big channels that do the Cobes thing, and get and have a big Cobes special and get them to talk about their favourite Cobes moments? I would absolutely love.
Fuck yeah, I'd be down. Brenda are probably less so.
I'll take that week off.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna need the extra
Sorry,
TV
Krenda.
anyway.
Krendar's going to send
Too
me a
much.
message. You're never coming on the show again, and never ever suggest anything to Lev ever again. I hate you so much. I'm going to blow up Australia.
Will
No,
make
I
it
mean,
his
if-
life's journey now to get all those people on.
Actually, no. You know what would be amazing? Do that as a Wasted Wednesday.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I'd be 100% down for that too. Speaking of the next drinking stream, that will be next Monday. Seeing that it's Monday now, 1 week's time. Ooh, it's getting close. Raisin and I will be drinking, so there probably will be some Cobes to watch. But I will
Oh,
then
God.
have another drink again on the 28th of that month. And then the next time I'll be drinking will be just probably right before the trip. So hell yeah. I've actually been almost 1 month sober now. And while I am
well
pissing
done,
it
dude.
away, it's a good sign that I can do it again. So hell yeah. This has been like a big shift up in my life, and if you guys are wondering, alcohol withdrawals, not really, but it has been creeping in the back of my mind for the past week. So I'm like, well, that's okay, because I'm gonna have a drink on the 5th, and then I can wait until the end of the month, and that can be a nice routine. Every once in a while, just having it rather than making it non-stop every week on the dime. Like it was
Well,
just overwhelming me.
The fact that you could stop and have a break shows that you have some control. So good for you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, not so much
great to
stress
see.
there.
No, it's been great keeping more money in my pocket, and it's been great. It's been great just with the weight loss. You know, it's definitely been helping the weight loss. That's for sure. Because I'm a beer
Yeah,
drinker,
dude.
so fuck.
Well, you know, Ben from DP's been having a lot of success with. He does. He fasts every few days. You just
Every
skip a
other
day
day
eating
he
it.
fasts.
Yeah. And it's had some fantastic results for Ben too. So there's a whole bunch of different ways to come at that weight
I
loss
tried
problem.
it.
And
I have every Thursday and Tuesday I have a lean day where I just eat a little bit of fruit and nuts, and that's it.
cool.
Yeah. And like my diet itself has just been very a bit on the monotonous side. A lot of rice and tuna. That's almost finished. That month supply of rice and tuna is down to the last pack and the last box. I can't believe it. But I eat more or less nothing but rice and tuna nearly every day for a fucking month.
No, that's look. You'll get sick of it. So maybe just mix it up a little bit so you don't ruin tuna for yourself.
Once a week, I'm gonna change up the protein intake. Probably gonna get burgers and just cut up each patty.
Salmon patties, mate. Do you like salmon patties? I've been
I've had salmon patties. I do enjoy those.
I consume piles of them now. They're my favourite thing. I've found putting some bell pepper in the mix is like, oh yeah, a little bit of not hot ones. It's salmon patties are probably my favourite snack food now. So if someone says, "Would you like salmon patties?" I would just go, "Oh yes, please."
The weird
Pretty
thing
please with the cherry on top.
The weird thing is, right now I am hitting my wall with the rice and tuna, but within 2 or 3 weeks I'll be kind of craving it again. And I hear a lot of soldiers feel like that with MREs. They start missing them after a while, and they're like, "God, I kind of wish."
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, abusive relationship, some proper toxic relationship going on here. But no, anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into the Squire video, and then I'd say goodnight. Boop.
Doesn't seem to matter what we do, we're still the band that spews. Too gross, too much for most. Fuck you, boring metal. It's just all the same. We'd rather entertain than pose around and mope like tough guys scowling goats. We're just one. We are shot-rock superstars. Yes, we are clowns and we exist to take a piss on sacrosanctity. We're just one. We'll trash your bar, we'll eat your car. Fuck gatekeeper creeps, Viking metal geeks. We hose you down in peace.
Love the Barbie on the set.
Oh, that's it. Short one, but good one. All right, everyone.